I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Dack.
Enter, brother.
That's right. Come on in. And with that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
Thank you, LeBron.
Not 5,
no matter how
not
you
6.
listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, SiriusXM Channel 83, and now live on YouTube. That's right.
That is right. What up, YouTube?
Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the odd couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington, on a Magic City Monday.
Oh.
A showing my ass Monday. We'll do all that.
Now I got to go Ray Charles. Anytime I told you, I got to go Stevie Wonder up in here.
Hey, there you go. And, of
Cock
course,
the crack. What I said it was.
that's right. We'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Ben Maller.
That's right. At least when people are still awake. And the Mariners just got knocked in another
one.
7-3 in Toronto in the sixth inning, and they're trying to sweep the first two games on the road
That's the key
north
part,
of the border. That's huge if they're able to do that. And don't forget to write down our number committed to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, it's 877-996-6369. And if you hear feedback on the line, it's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And with that said, always remember...
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweetie Beanie. Yeah.
There you go. Let's go. A big show on this Magic City Monday. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is...
Kelvin
Washington.
What up, man? Happy Magic City Monday. Good weekend for everybody except those who resided in the state of Michigan.
Hello.
It was a rough one. I felt like the Phillies, Rob. I felt like Philadelphia and the
I tried to warn you
The
about
Tigers?
the Tigers. I told you
Well, no,
that
I knew.
Friday night.
Well, this is my World Series pick, Dodgers Mariners. This is what I have. So I was very, very proud of myself to pick against them. It pained me to do it, but
But that's not
No.
what you wanted. You
No.
wanted the Tigers to
of course, won it. But they can't lose a 15-and-a-half lead on the division and be like, you know what we're going to do? Get it right in the postseason. So,
win.
yeah.
Everybody thinks you could just click it on. Oh,
Not
yeah, they'll
fit-
be
no,
all
no.
right.
You
Come
can
on, man.
you can have a bad week and a half.
They had a bad second
They had a
half.
bad. Then Michigan, which, again, tough game against USC, and then the Lions.
I love seeing that.
What'd you say?
I loved seeing that.
Yeah, whatever. Don't do that.
But
So
BTA.
rough weekend, but still we here, baby. Let's do it.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Even if you put your chair up, I'm still taller than you. I
Well,
feel
you
like-
literally are taller than me.
Exactly. And I'm wearing like chocolate brown today. This might be my favorite Fox Sports
That's
Radio.
I told you.
I'm
That's all right.
serious. The
I had a
chocolate
brown phase in college. It was kind of ridiculous. Like all I wore was brown hoodies and brown Timberland boots and brown. It was brown leathers, Averex jackets. Y'all kids don't know nothing about the Averex jackets.
No. We used to give those out. Those in the Pelly Pell jackets.
Oh, it don't get them. Is Pelly Pal national?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was just Detroit. I
Yeah.
feel like it was. I didn't know it was only
Chief
Detroit.
Keef was rocking it.
Dude,
No, Midwest.
yeah, I'll never forget. We gave one to Evander Holyfield for being on our show, Sports Rap, and that dude like freaked. He was like, "Oh my, this is beautiful!" Like he just
Yeah.
like He like this guy's a multi-millionaire.
It don't matter.
Giving away something for free. He got this free leather jacket that fit him. He was like, "Oh my God!"
You know what?
Awesome.
You've been doing this long enough. You know you're a 25 millionaire, and it doesn't matter.
Something about free.
There you go. Not only just free, but something that maybe you couldn't afford. Like even though he's a millionaire, Vanderhoek, maybe he couldn't afford when he was younger. So when you get there, you're like, man, I remember this was so cool. I couldn't get it when I was a kid or something. It still matters.
He lost it. All right, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Rob G is our producer. Steve DeSager's at the anchor desk. He'll keep us updated throughout the program.
Wow.
Elijah is our social media guru. Yes.
Who?
Even when Alex isn't here, he's got
Who?
deal with the.
I don't even know where he is. I don't even know where you are right now.
And of course, on the ones and twos.
Mary, why you bugging?
All right, and for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation where they come to you. Pretty awesome. Yeah. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Not surprised that the Lions lost in Kansas City on Sunday night. But you have some other your take is on the Chiefs. Mine is on the Lions. What do you got?
Yeah, no, I just think, that's obviously if you're the Lions, it's a tough loss. You don't want to lose that game, especially when you had that opening drive. You're feeling good about yourself, had a nice, cute little trick play. They called back. Somehow the Chiefs always get those kind of calls, but that's neither here nor there.
There you go. Typical Lions homer.
No, don't act like we went. Everybody ain't been saying that about the Chiefs for the last 2-3 years. But no, but it was less about them to me and about the Chiefs, and specifically what I've kind of been saying for a handful of weeks ever since they beat the Ravens when I said, man, their offense is about to get going. We have been complaining about the Chiefs' offense for the last 2 seasons, justifiably so. There have been historic lows for Patrick Mahomes for the team. Somehow they obviously got to the Super Bowl a couple of times, won one and then lost last year. So it kind of outweighed how they had performed. But I started to see, man, when they start getting pieces back, when guys, they've also picked up a couple of nice pieces. And Patrick Mahomes is starting to look like Patrick Mahomes to the tune, Rob, that he is doing things that we haven't seen him do in quite some time. I'm talking about numbers that he really hasn't even done since 2018. You look at some of these right now. Patrick Mahomes is averaging 282 passing yards over the last 3 weeks, 70% completions, 32 yards rushing per game, 10 total touchdowns, 1 interception. They're averaging, and then he has the best mark of since 2018 when it comes to they're almost averaging 3 points per drive. So that's, to me, the takeaway. How scary the Chiefs are about to be, and we're going to look up, and you, me, Rob G, Elijah, and the whole crew will be in Santa Clara or wherever up in the Bay, and it's going to be the Chiefs representing the AFC in the Super Bowl again, and they somehow will have pulled it off again when none of us saw it coming. When we thought there would be a down year, we thought that Josh Allen MVP would be able to do it, when we thought Lamar Jackson would be able to come back and bounce back. Not the case. And the Chiefs, to me, are scary, and they're a week away from Rashee Rice, which is only going to make their offense more potent. 3-3.
Okay.
I have no worries about the Chiefs. So 3-3, that's the walk away from me. I said, oh, gosh, they're back. I thought they would be. I said it a few weeks ago, and each week
so much so
showing.
that you picked the Ravens, right?
Yeah, I picked the Ravens.
Yeah, if you thought they were going to be back this year.
No, I picked the Ravens in the offseason.
No, I know, but if you thought they were going to be back this year, why wouldn't you have picked the Chiefs?
Miss Mary Mack, if you look at our notes in there, I literally wrote Chiefs, you will see it.
No,
and I scratched out
you.
Ravens.
I'm asking you.
You'll see it. Go be my confirmation.
Why did
because the Ravens, they're justifiably going into the season. We thought they'd be there.
Okay.
But here we are again, and it's the same greatest hits. And it's about to be the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again.
They're 3-3. They're not going to the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs are about to do it again. But
this is what I found out, that another team's not going to the Super Bowl. I didn't look at it from the Chiefs. I looked at it that the Lions, once again, have shown that they're fraudulent because the 2 teams that they needed to beat, or the good teams, are the 2 teams that they lost, Green Bay and Kansas City. And Kansas City had a chance to make them 2-4, which would have been good. They've been scuffling as far as winning games. So this was a game that the Lions absolutely had a chance at winning in Kansas City because everybody else seems to be beating them, and they had a chance to be 2-4 in this early season. And who have they beaten? The Bears. They hung 50 points on them. The Bengals, who aren't good. And the Ravens now, that win against the Ravens isn't as good because they can't beat anybody. So that you take that one away. So really, who have they beaten this year to make you feel good about the Lions? And that's what I took away from this. This was a game to me where the Chiefs are uneven. They didn't have they weren't favored by 7.5 points because this was a game that the Lions couldn't get, and the Lions couldn't win it. And those were the two games that I looked at, and I said, not to win both of them, split it. This was the game I would have felt a lot better. I would have been like, okay, maybe the Lions do have some mojo, really have something going. But when it came down to it, they have the wins against mostly the teams that aren't good. And the wins, the two games against the teams that I consider really good, they're 0-2. So I looked at that and I thought to myself, okay, as we go forward, we'll see where the Lions are.
Mm-hmm. But wait, okay. Not even mad at some of your points.
No, I'm just.
But how then is it fraudulent versus, well, let's wait and see? Because one of the things that we talked about last season that I like about the Lions last year, and it seems to be this case, obviously you lost is a loss, but is that whoever's in front of them, when they win, they beat them usually bad. And that had the point differential difference last year, point differential this year, meaning
they beat the bad Ravens by 8.
Meaning they go in and they beat who they're supposed to beat, and they don't typically play down the If it's the Bengals, they beat them. If it's the so-and-so, they beat them. And that's what I like about them.
You felt good about last night's game about where the Lions? No, I'm asking you about the Lions.
No, I'm saying no. I thought they. I'm going to tell you. What I didn't like was I felt like they were rattled for a bit when they caught a great fourth down. They didn't get in the end zone. They got in the end zone, but then they called it back. I felt like it kind of took them out of it a little bit. I didn't like that.
The Lions had 7 points in the second half.
Yeah,
that's all
I don't like that. The Chiefs' defense is good, but it's not that. If you're the Lions, you shouldn't feel like it's that good that you can't put up points. So I think the Chiefs got a couple of few third down conversions that kept them on the field, that kept the Lions' offense off. But I didn't walk away from that feeling like I think the Lions lost to the potential AFC champion representative in the Super Bowl.
But they're not that now. They might be. You might be right, but they're not that now. At 2 and 3 coming in, they weren't that. They were on their heels in a must-win game. I told you Friday that they had to win.
They didn't want to go
they couldn't go 2 and 4,
and that was my concern.
But that was one for the Lions to really bury the Chiefs, which they could have. To me, 7 points in the second half. Wow.
The concern now for the Lions, you got to play the Bucs. We're going to talk about later on. But
Bucs, Vikings, Commanders, the next 3 games.
Yeah, but Baker Mayfield, now I don't want to say good because you never want anybody hurt, but the thing that will be in your favor if you're the Lions is the receivers are hurt. All of them banged up a little bit for the Bucs. So that'll be in your favor because the Lions DBs are banged up. Now, Branch, they done suspended Branch themselves. What in the world?
I thought the league did.
Maybe I saw it wrong. I thought the Lions did. But
what was it? The league or was it the Lions? Because I saw
the league.
A quote from
he is suspended.
Yeah, from the league. That's what I thought.
They're one of their better players on the defensive side of the ball.
He should be suspended.
I'm not mad at the suspension.
Me and Dan Campbell don't agree on a lot, but I agree with the way that he took him to task.
He called
right
him out
away.
publicly.
Called him out because. There's no place for that.
Dude,
I'm sorry. Zero.
You can't do that like that. Meaning, if it's in the confines of the game, stuff happens. We see scuffles, right?
Not after the game. A guy
everybody's
comes
dapping up. Yeah. And I understand he did do a dirty play in the back, but you have to. And he
address it then.
Branch said it. I got to handle that in the confines of the game, in between the lines, because then you just look. The Joe public doesn't know that, right? The league, they just see that. We don't know. Well, a few plays ago, he did this.
You can't swing on somebody who's walking up to you for a dap.
So
come on, man.
You look bad no matter what, because it doesn't. The dap didn't come with an explanation, like it wasn't on the back of your fist. Hey, I'm about to punch him because of this and this and this. All we see is the slap or the punch. So look bad. And that's a big blow for a secondary to Lions that they could not afford to lose. And I'm very disappointed in him for doing that, putting your team in a bind that's already struggling health-wise on the back end. So now even more burden is going to be on that offensive line.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Did last night's game say more about the Chiefs or the Lions? Are the Chiefs Super Bowl bound again? Or are the Lions just fraudulent? I think they're fraudulent. We'll continue that conversation with you next. It is the odd couple. Nobody's fraudulent to you. It is the you thought Penn State was
I
good.
got a gang of teams.
It is
that's
the odd
fraudulent.
couple here on Fox Sports Radio.
Penn State.
Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington.
This be the ledge. You be taking it to the ledge.
Right here on Fox Sports Radio on a Magic City Monday. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Unless you like to call things prematurely fraudulent in the U.S. of A.
We've been talking about for a handful of weeks now, and Rob, the issues I have are, you know me, identity, and historically, the last couple of years, the nice run they've
Super
been
Bowl
on,
champ is what their identity is.
right? And you're only as Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? Right now, and what
No.
they're doing lately-
Nobody's won the Super Bowl yet, so they're still Super Bowl champ.
No, without a doubt. And what they've done for me lately is not look like Super Bowl champs, and that's what's concerning because. One of the things is, you know me, what's your identity? Okay, we're hard-nosed, we play defense. Great. Okay, at least we know if the offense is struggling, you can lean on that. Great example, and I've been telling Rob G this a couple times when you were out, Rob, was that at least the Texans can hang their hat on that. C.J. Stroud struggling, but we keep being in games because of our defense,
But
right?
you're not winning. What does that mean? So what?
No,
but
what I'm
they weren't
saying is
winning.
What I'm saying
So
is
that at least we do the same. At least we do the same thing over and over, even if we don't win.
No,
okay, that's
my
great.
point is, you at least can say one of the halves of what you need, the defense and offense, we have locked down. They don't have that right now. So with the Eagles, that's what makes it really interesting. Is that if you could say, well, shoot, man, defense is sucking right now, but at least we got Lamar and Derrick Henry. You know, our offense is great. That's not the case with the Eagles, and that's what makes it.
So
really
that's
strange.
good that they lose and give up 40 points every night, but you got
and
Derrick
that's what
Henry
really
in
makes
them?
it strange. So if you look at the offense right now, total offense is 30th. How do you only get 261 yards in a total game? That's crazy. Passing, 31st. Rushing, at least we can hang our hat on that. No, you can't. 25th. Then you go to the defensive side of the ball. Total defense, 20th. 26 in rush defense. They're not stopping anybody. They're 17th in scoring, so people can score on them. It's just very strange right now for a reigning champ to not have an identifiable trait. That is what makes this really weird. Usually, if you look at the Kansas City Chiefs last year, where I heard you diss on them for an entire year, but yet they won, yet the Eagles you keep defending, but what I'll add to that was at least they could say, we're down receivers, we're down Pacheco, we're down our running backs. The Eagles have their full roster. You have maybe on paper the best two receivers as far as a tandem. Then you have a running back who should be top 1, 2, 3, a good offensive line, a quarterback who's been there for years. So this is what makes it strange, Rob, is that what is going on? And now you have Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown on the bench.
Yeah, but you left out one thing. Do you have a new offensive coordinator who's never called plays?
So then why is the defense bad?
I'm just asking you.
So why
the
is
offensive and defensive line aren't the same as they were last year? It was an all-time. Both of them were great.
And I'm with
my
you, which is why I'm concerned.
Okay, you're concerned as to what? They're not going to make the playoffs. They have no shot to win the Super Bowl. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. What are you concerned about? What's your concern? What's your concern? That what?
If you let me get it out.
Okay, tell me.
That if I'm A.J. Brown, if you see why you're saying what is wrong with our offense, we're going to need to be able to score to win games. And they cannot score the ball.
If they're giving up 34 points to the 1-4 Giants as well, or if they fumble the ball or give the ball up or throw a bad pick, like those are the things that go into the game as well, and you can't act like those things didn't happen. And my only
happen routinely.
Of course they do, and that's my point. That there's certain things. It's just like the Ravens when they gave up those games with big time fumbles in the worst the worst moments or situations. It didn't correct anything, or if it didn't happen, they probably would have won 2 more games. My only point is, What is your concern? Are they not going to make the playoffs?
What do you mean what is my
I'm
concern?
asking
Their
you.
concerns, they look terrible. It's
okay, can they get better? Can they get better, or this is their team is what I'm asking you?
I'll answer
Tell
very
me.
easy. Yes,
Tell
they
me.
can get better. You
Oh,
know why?
okay, they
Because
can
they're
get better.
31st and they're 30th. So, yes,
So you're
you
telling
can't
me
go
they're not
backwards.
going to make the
You can't
playoffs?
get any
Is
worse.
that what you're going to tell me? Is that what you're
No,
telling me?
You're doing
what are you
the
telling
easy,
me?
oh,
They're
not going to
4-2.
make the playoffs.
My
I'm
God.
telling you
Oh,
that
they're
they
terrible.
look bad.
They're 4-2.
I'm doing,
oh my
I'm
God.
doing what we do.
The Eagles are awful. My God. They can't win a
look
game.
bad.
Oh yes, they're terrible. But
you
they
do
won't
realize
make the playoffs.
we assess what we
right?
see. We
I'm
assess what
watching
we
it
see, realize
too.
it. And they
I'm
look
watching
bad.
it.
They simply look
No,
bad.
you
That's
said
a very
you have concerns. What are your concerns? Your concerns should be.
Are your ears?
Let me
no.
listening? What are
It's a
your
very
concerns?
easy
Is
answer.
that no?
They look horrible.
No,
right
that's
now.
not the
It's a very
concern.
easy
That's
answer.
not the concern. The concern is that they can't get better because Jalen Hurts is not good enough because their offensive line is not good enough.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is.
Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game.
It is the odd couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. Algier going to get a run in for the Falcons as they are now up 7-0 in this Monday night game against the Bills. It was an immediate fumble from Bijan Robinson, but thankfully for them, it was offside by the Bills, who had recovered it. But thankfully for them, they were able to get the ball back, go down and score. We'll keep you updated on that. Still 7-3. Mariners up on the Blue Jays in the top of the seventh. And more updates coming up in a moment with Steve DeSager in just a bit. For over 40 years, actually, let me tell you that, of course, you can check out our brand new YouTube channel, and you can watch us live on YouTube right now. Shout out to Elijah's got us up and running. All you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. And again, that's Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. And don't stop there. Thumbs up, like, share, comment away, join the Odd Mob. It's all good. We appreciate you doing so. Check us out again. YouTube, watch us live right now. Odd Couple FSR, and subscribe. 877-99 on Fox. All right, taking phone calls. Chiefs. I say they're back and are Super Bowl contenders. You say the Lions are fraud. 877-99 on Fox. What say you? Who we got?
John in Boston. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, John?
Rob, Kelvin, happy Monday. How are you fellas?
Doing well. Great. How are you, bud?
We're hanging in there. The Chiefs, you just can't get rid of them. You know, they're like a bad pair of underwear, a bad penny. They just will not go away, right? I mean, you just keep trying to kill them, and you can't put them to sleep. Rob, I agree with you, the Lions. After watching that game last night, here are my issues with the Lions. First of all, first series you go down, you're dominating, and all of a sudden you decide to run a trick play. Like, you have the best offensive line in football, two outstanding backs, a sensational tight end, all sorts of receivers.
Trying to be
really
cute.
Exactly.
John, you're trying to be cute when you don't have to be cute.
Exactly. Do that when you're up 17 or 20 or 24 and everybody can laugh at you. But at that point, I'm like, that is where they kind of lost the game because they could have really kept that crowd out of it by scoring a touchdown there. Instead, they decided to be cute. Like you said, Rob, absolutely 100% true. And the other thing is they are not built to come from behind. And Jared Goff's a really good quarterback. He's not among the top guys in the league because he can't come from behind. When they're ahead and play action is in play, they're nearly unstoppable. But when they're down 7-10 points, play action is out the window, and now he becomes a drop-back passer. He's good, not great. He's not one of the elite guys, especially when he's behind. We saw that last year in the playoffs.
We sure did.
The playoffs against Washington, right? They got down, and that was the end of that.
No, he was throwing alley-oops to the other
No
team.
doubt.
That did not help.
Thanks, John. Appreciate the call.
You, John.
How about Harold in Chicago? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Is this a Harold I know in Chicago? What's up, buddy?
I thought it was Harold's Chicken in Chicago. What's up?
Kelvin, Rob. No, Lions aren't a pretend team. They're just front runners. They're only good when they're up. They like to put up that lead and just run up the score when they're down for the game lead, and they don't know what to do. They don't run playoff-style football. It's Kansas City knows how to keep the lead. They play boring football when they're up. That's how you win. It's just that Lions style of play. It just doesn't work against the good teams when they're down or it's close. That's all that is.
Okay. Harold, appreciate that. Thank you. How about Antonio in Miami? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Antonio?
What's up, guys? I think last night said a little more about the Chiefs. If you go back, I'm pretty sure less than 5 teams starting 2 and 4, are getting into playoffs. Detroit basically went undefeated last year, and they need to get back to that moment from against San Francisco. I don't know if they ever will. It's almost like Detroit can do whatever they want, but I will say next, Sunday or Monday, when they play Tampa Bay, that will say more about Detroit. I think moving forward.
That's another game. If they lose that game, they're 4-3, and then all of a sudden it doesn't look as good.
Yeah,
right?
they got a tough schedule in the next few games.
This is unbelievable what the
Seattle
Mariners
is
are doing.
on fire right now.
It's 9-3.
Can they loan some of those to the Tigers? My gosh.
Josh Naylor just went deep with a 2-run bomb. This is all in Toronto. This is in Toronto. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Let's go.
Man, it's still a couple of 2 innings and 2.5.
What is it, 7 8? Yeah. Will in Wisconsin, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Will?
What's going on, Rob? What's going on, Kelvin?
What up, Will?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just enjoying this, heading into this half part of the season. And, Calvin, to your point, I think we did see the Lions play their absolute worst earlier in those early division losses, but certainly those losses and then, a couple of those out-of-conference things that get you out of competition real quick when you're talking about winning the division. And so right now they're not separating themselves as, like, one of the better 2 or 3 teams that's going to appear in the Super Bowl, let alone win one. And so it's still going to be a wait-and-see game. But I really don't think that this is, Rob, to your point about the Chiefs. No, it's Patrick Mahomes, it's Andy Reid, it's Kelsey. It's them getting guys that have to go forth and have to be, compete out there in that West. But I don't think they're back to any form. I mean, right now, what the Chargers are heading that division. So until the Chiefs, separate themselves from the Chargers or even the Broncos, right?
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable with them Chargers and Broncos. You don't feel safe with them. You know that.
All right, appreciate that, Will. Thank you. Let's squeeze one more in. Drew in New Jersey, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Drew?
Hey, I don't think that the Lions are on the same caliber as Philly and Tampa. I think Tampa, what they're doing right now with basically all their players banged out, and Baker Mayfield's clearly the truck driver, not the trailer anymore. I think that the Chiefs are not back offensively. I think that's drastically overrating what he's done. However, I think that they could still make the Super Bowl only because the AFC is so weak right now. However, if I could pick one team to beat them, I would pick the Colts. I'm not saying the Colts are going to win the Super Bowl. I think that the Colts will upset the Chiefs and then lose to the Bills or lose to anybody else, like fall flat on their head in the next game. But I think that they're going to overlook the Colts. Daniel Jones will play one good playoff game, and then he'll go back to earth.
Go back to it, yeah. We saw him play that playoff game against Minnesota. Remember that got him that contract.
They got him playing out of his mind right now. The Colts are a real team that none of us are going to give him credit yet.
I'm out.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm just being honest.
No, I'm with you. That's why I said nobody's going to give. It's kind of like wait and see.
When they win, then I'll say I was
everybody,
wrong.
the Chiefs are they're not playing around, and they don't give a dang what we talking about. All right, on the way, conversation about
about your guy. I'm going ham on you.
By the way, we'll do that because you need to make sure you clarify some things when you talk about that. We'll
that's
do
your
that
guy.
in just a moment. It is now Steve DeSager going to get you set on what's trending.
Seattle Mariners are leading 9-3 at Toronto. It's top of the 7th, game 2 of the ALCS. Mariners have already won the opener. Julio Rodriguez hit a 3-run homer top of the 1st in this one. Toronto tied at 3-3 in the 2nd. Jorge Polanco with a 3-run homer in the 3rd inning. And now Josh Naylor with a 2-run shot in the 7th. Neither starting pitcher was good. Still batting top of the 7th. Mariners up 9-3 on the holiday. It's Thanksgiving in Canada. We've got the NLCS opener coming up at top seed Milwaukee. Brewers against the Dodgers and Blake Snell. Game 2 of that series will be Tuesday night in Milwaukee. There are 2 Monday night football games. At Atlanta, it's the Falcons 7, Bills 7, as each has scored on his first drive for the Falcons. Very quickly, they went down the field, almost 70 yards in 5 plays and a 7-0 lead. Tyler Algier, a 21-yard touchdown run. However, the Bills quickly answered. 6-play drive, over 70 yards, and it's 7-7. Key pass of 45 yards to Joshua Palmer. Josh Allen, the TD pass to Dawson Knox of 19 yards. For the Bills, tight end Dalton Kincaid is out tonight with an oblique injury. Atlanta wide receiver Darnell Mooney out with a hamstring injury. And by the way, the Bears kicker for the game that starts in 45 minutes, they're in D.C. It is raining in D.C., and kicker Cairo Santos is out with a thigh injury. The Titans fired coach Brian Callahan. Tennessee is 1-5 after last season's 3-14 record. Lions safety Brian Branch was suspended 1 game for his post-game fight at Kansas City last night. He could appeal. The suspension of Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice officially ended. Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson could miss a couple weeks with a hyperextended knee. 49ers tight end George Kittle should practice this week after his hamstring injury on opening day. Purdue basketball is preseason number 1, Houston number 2, Florida number 3 in the AP vote. And San Diego Padres manager Mike Shildt retired, saying the grind of the season took a toll on him. Back to you.
Steve, thank you. You think it was a retirement, or he just said, you do it or we'll do it? Whichever one you want. He was like, yeah. Let me
you ever hear a forced retirement?
Yeah. Things are just right now. I want to spend more time with my family. And,
okay.
All right.
Your family, aren't you 70-something years old? Your family's out of the
just
house.
right now, my grandkids and whatnot.
Right.
And yeah. It's the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on the Magic City Monday. Aches and pains, they can sneak up on you during the holiday hustle and bustle. Aleve can help you forget the pain and make memories instead. With just 1 pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body relief so that you can keep it moving. Use as directed. Who you mad at? Who would you try to warn?
No, I tried to warn you about Justin Fields. You're the biggest Justin Fields apologist going, and I tried to tell you, dude, this is his 3rd team in 3 years. Okay, he could have gone back to Pittsburgh, but he had to actually compete for his job, and he didn't want to compete. How's a 25-year-old guy not wanting to compete against Aaron Rodgers or whoever else they brought along? Like, that bothers me. I'm
not mad at that.
That bothers me. Why wouldn't you want to compete if you're that dude? And then yesterday in London, people should have asked for their money back. 45 yards passing, sacked 9 times. Get rid of the damn ball. And -10 net yards. -10 for the Jets yesterday. Dude, Aaron Glenn, is this on? Stop protecting this dude. Save your team and your job. Tyrod Taylor's right there. Put him in. Get some stability. Who do they play? They play like a weak team this week, right?
Pull it up.
They play a weak opponent. They better get a win. What are you doing? Stop making excuses.
Yeah, they play the Panthers.
If you don't beat the Panthers and Bengals, put Tyrod Taylor. Get some stability. Win back some of your players. Did you see when they didn't go for it? Aaron Glenn didn't go for it at the end of the half?
Yeah, that was bad. Because your team is fighting to win, just scrapping and crawling to win games. Because to finally win a game would, build some morale. Okay, we got to win. And not to mention, your defense was doing all right in the sense that the Broncos they should have blown you out, but they didn't. And for you to not go for points, for you to be playing conservatively was awful. Here's my thing
with on Justin Fields. Seriously, where are you?
Listen. My thing with Justin Fields was last year that 4-2, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. I was saying if I'm the Steelers, and I still stand by that, let's just see what we got. Like, you know what Russell Wilson is exactly last year, what he was the beginning of this year. Like, I just wanted to see what he was with the Steelers. That's all my point was. If you're the Steelers, let's just keep rolling this thing. We're 4-2. He's not hurting us. He's not Dan Marino in us, but let's just see what that was. That's all. Justin Fields, I'm not acting like he's the return of Joe Montana or Patrick Mahomes or something. My thing was, I know what Russell Wilson is. Same thing I said with Joe Flacco. It's not that I know what they are. They're capable guys. They're pros. They both won Super Bowls. I just want to find my guy. Can I find my Drake May, my Bo Nix, my fill in the blank?
But maybe people realize, and that's why the Steelers were ready to move off of him, because if at 4-2, you could have said, oh, no. But when they did a deep dive into stats or whatnot, they were way down in the passing stats.
No, for sure. Look, you're not going to light it up with. You're not going to light up the offense. You have to go, 7 years ago, John Harbaugh and the whole Ravens, and adopt what this guy is. Like, you'd have to say, this is exactly what he is. This is what we're going to do. Not, this is what the league is. This is how you normally do it. I'm offensive coordinator. You have to say, this is his strengths. These are his strengths, and we're going to set him up for that. And you can't go, we're going to drop back 35, 40 times with Justin Fields. You've lost the minute that was your game plan. And to your point, we've talked about it before a couple times. Pre him getting stabbed in the chest, Tyrod Taylor was going to have a chance to be he sucks now when I say this, a Geno Smith, Baker, just like Sam Darnold, like get some, all of a sudden I'm starting and I end up having a solid second half of my career. Tyrod Taylor was on that trajectory. But then my man punctured his lung, and he hasn't been the same since. But my point is, Tyrod Taylor is capable of getting you a couple of 2-3 wins here to build the morale of your team.
You need to win some games. You cannot, as bad as the Jets have been, okay? The last time they won a Super Bowl, Moby Dick was indeed a guppy, right? They won in 1969, the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And my point, Super Bowl III. But my point is, you just can't. This is their worst start. Like that for a new coach to be 0-6, and the type of games and losses, like, it's really, really bad. And at some point, you need to stabilize your locker room, man. Guys are going, what? What are we doing here?
You're getting reports that guys are starting to be like, hey, man, he ain't it. And here's what's the challenge for them.
Is that what
that was, I'll pull it up for you just a bit. But the challenge.
But that's what's going to happen when a guy's not producing and they see the numbers. They could like a guy, right? He's cool. Hey, there's more stuff important in life. And at the end of the day, we're blessed and all that. That sounds good. This is a football game. We need you for the 60 minutes. That's what we need. After you and your private life and your family, that's all. We all have families. We all want to live a nice life. We all want to be blessed. Can you throw the ball downfield? Can you make a completion?
Yeah. Here's some Jets players believe Tyrod Taylor, not Fields, is the team's strongest option at quarterback. And according to Connor Hughes of SNY, the feeling has existed since training camp, and Fields' ongoing struggles have done nothing to dispel the sentiment. There are truths in the NFL among them. You can't fool players. They put their trust in their coach, putting the best player out there to win, and some of them are questioning if that's happening. Several within the locker room have told SNY at varying points of similar things like that.
Yeah, and that's what
Connor Hughes put that out.
You know this. Players know who should be playing. That's how a coach can lose. When you start playing, you remember, I bring it up all the time because it was big. When Urban Meyer went down to Jacksonville and tried to squeeze Tim Tebow on the team as a what was he? Tight end. Players were like, what?
Hold on.
Wait a minute. This guy who's never played tight end, he's like 30-something years old. You mean to tell me there ain't some young buck, 22, just out of college who played at Alabama
100%.
or Georgia or whatever who can't play? What? What are you doing?
No, you can't fool. You can fool players. Players will see, you're doing that because whether you're a general manager or coach, this is my coach, so I have to play. We got to let this coach coach. Or this is my quarterback if I'm the coach, and I got to do this, or I got to play him because we drafted him. I brought him in with me. They know why you're doing it, and it isn't for a player. It's not a meritocracy. It's not because he's better than them. He earned the position. You're doing it because it makes me look better, or I made this pick or this selection. They know when that's going on. Justin Fields, I'm going to be honest with you. What I am not liking is the lack of fire from him. And I'm not saying you got to hit me with a rah-rah all the time. Right. But it just feels like he's like, I'm not saying he's not going home and crying and wanting to play, but he's just kind of like, I'm just at the end of the day. You haven't won enough to be end of the day in me. I told you when we had this conversation about Josh Allen.
I don't want to
Nobody
hear
in
that.
Buffalo questions Josh Allen. He is blood, sweat, and tears. He is that team. So if he had something, he didn't say it the way you would prefer, they understand it in Buffalo. Justin Fields, you haven't earned that equity or that rapport with the New York Jets fans to just be like, it is what it is. Like,
At the end of the
like
day,
if Lamar Jackson
we're
said that,
playing
Baltimore
a
can
kid's
go,
game for a lot of money.
Yeah.
What?
You can't do that. And you're going out there, and at some point, again, if you're Aaron Glenn, you're trying to stick by him, then he backtracked a little bit and said he's been playing well the last few weeks, but not this week. He backtracked. You got to do something for the morality of your team.
Because you know what? They're looking at you to see where you're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
How serious are you about winning? And looking at what Justin Fields coming off of that game.
Tyrod Taylor is a much better – and nobody's saying, listen, throw him in for these next couple of games that are winnable. Get a couple of wins,
right.
Get the morale going, show him what we're seeing. Hey, you see how he's running this, see how he's running that, and see what you want to do from there. But Tyrod Taylor is definitely more than capable. All right, play of the day, Shekel City on the way. Plus, we got to get you set up for the game that's happening right now in MLB. And also, you got the other one coming up with the Dodgers and the Brewers. We'll do that. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday, Fox Sports Radio.
So if you watch the game, you saw late in the third quarter that Jackson Dart took a shot, and he had to get taken to the Blue Medical tent to be evaluated for a concussion. What you may or may not have seen during the broadcast, though, was that Brian Daboll, head coach of the Giants, followed Dart into the Blue tent because he wanted to see what was going on. And he had a big fourth down call coming up, and he wanted to know if he's going to have his quarterback or not. Later, he was seen getting real, we'll say animated, with the team doctor about what's going on with Jackson Dart. Ultimately, Dart was cleared to return to play. He ended up missing 2 plays later, what they say was coincidental. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But as a result of the whole ordeal, the NFL and the PA are both investigating the situation to determine whether or not Brian Daboll and the New York Giants violated the concussion protocol. In fact, things got so bad that the Giants owner, John Mara, had to come out and say that he's talked to Coach Daboll and that while he agrees with Daboll that he wasn't trying to influence the doctor to allow him to get Dart to play, him going in the tent, number one, is inappropriate. And number two, it was just a bad look for all parties involved. So.
And I'm with the owner. I'm serious. It was a bad look, and he gave coaches a bad name, and he's the worst kind of coach. Because while their job is to try to win the game, and I get all that in play, the only thing that matters more than winning the game is the health of the players. And this exchange, this angry exchange with the doctor, as if that was going to, coach, what am I thinking? Put the kid back in without me checking him or whatever. Kelvin, that's not what this is about. That's why there's protocol. And that's why I've always had a problem with doctors being team doctors and paid by the team. They should be independent, paid by the National Football League. Do you know what I'm saying? So that they don't have to fear like, the coach is going to, I can't get the players on the field fast enough or whatever, so they're going to, next year they're going to let me go and go get somebody else.
Any given Sunday.
Exactly.
That's how it was in the movie.
No, and I think when you're getting paid by somebody, you feel compelled. And that was grandstanding. Who was that for? That was for the cameras. I want my guy. Hey, Doc. He wasn't doing a Bugs Bunny, what's up, Doc? He was actually like trying to intimidate the doctor. No, I'm going to do the correct protocol. I'm going to see if this kid is okay before we put him back out there. It looked bad. It was not a good look for Brian Daboll. And thank God the Players Association, which I always have issue with, is looking into it, along with the NFL. And if they talk to him and find out, or the doctor says, he was yelling at me, telling me to get him back out there under all circumstances or whatever, he needs to be fined because that's a bad look, and they should send that video to all the coaches with an email. This will not be tolerated.
He got overzealous, Rob, a couple of ways. One, if he just went in the tent and ultimately did realize I shouldn't have, but I was just, hey, baby, you all right? You good in there? Okay, baby. All right. Yeah, just checking. We could all go, hey, you shouldn't be in there, but we can understand. You can't double up and compound that. We're having a whole mental breakdown on the sideline going off on the doctor. Like, what was that? The doctor's looking like, what did I do wrong? Like,
right.
The man's got
I'm doing
hit.
My job.
He's in the tent, and why are you yelling at me? And the funniest part is I laughed because I said, dang, is Russell Wilson this bad that you're going crazy on the dock for a couple plays? You can't do a drive. You can't do one quarter where, hey, hold it down. Let's make sure our guy, Jackson Dart, is okay. And he took it too far. Again, I understand the human nature, the element that makes you want to go check on your guy while you're not supposed to. I think we can at least understand that. Hey, go check in and tell you all right, you okay, you good? I can understand that. But to have a whole breakdown on the sideline was a bad look for him because it just didn't make sense, especially knowing what the league is trying to at least do when it comes to concussions. And keep in mind, one of the unfortunate faces of this is Tua. And I think there's, we're all more aware of it because we've seen quarterbacks get hit a lot, and specifically Tua over the last 2-3 years. He's kind of become the poster child for this.
And Dart is reckless, running into defenders, like
sticking his head into defenders.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's reckless, and he's not going to have a long career if he keeps doing that.
He's got to go calm that down. He's got to go talk to Jaden Daniels, who's great at sliding. Russell Wilson is great. Actually, he should be asking him, his teammate.
Russell Wilson played baseball. He knows how to slide.
The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. Still got a lot lined up for you. Got a good tied-up game right now. Monday Night Football, Falcons have the ball, trying to go down and get some more points in the 7-7 tie in the first quarter, 4 minutes left. Keep you updated on the baseball scores as well.
You mean the baseball score?
I know, you ain't lying. We've had some reversals. There were a couple of NFL games, and I'm like, what in the MLB is going on here? Then there's currently right now, MLB acting like it's definitely NFL. All right, it's time for Play of the Day.
Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to improve to 5-1. 5-1. The best record in the National Football League. And leaders in the NFC South by far. The kneel down by Baker Mayfield. The Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans have something to cheer about. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 30. San Francisco 49ers 19, and we stopped that 4-game losing skid to the 49ers.
Bucks Radio there on your Tire Rack Play of the Day.
So he's on the team and he does the radio. Did you hear him say we? I'm just saying. So he played in the game and then came up and did the radio?
Hey, listen, he got up there quick.
Okay.
They got new technology, right? He probably got to the bench and just did it from there, Bucks Radio. Tire Rack Play today. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. It is time now for Shekel City.
One on Friday. That brings my total up to 39-35. Feeling good.
There you go.
And here we go tonight. Brewers, best bet plus 1.5, hosting the Los Angeles Dodgers, a team that they dominated during the regular season. I think they won all 6 games, and the Brew Crew. So I've got that. Also have the Buffalo Bills -4. in that game in Atlanta where we are tied. Yep, so far. These are all posted on social media earlier today. And I have the Chicago Bears. I'm taking the 5.5 in the rain in D.C. Bears taking on the Commanders, 2 young quarterbacks in that matchup there. So, again, Bears plus 5.5, Buffalo Bills -4, and the Brewers plus 1.5. I did not pick the Seattle-Toronto game, but my goodness gracious. The gamblers who picked that, probably Toronto, because it's in Toronto.
Can't lose
You know
twice.
what I mean? Can't lose twice.
Yeah.
Like, you put yourself, the Blue Jays now have to win 4 of the last 5. So, anyway, remember, Kelvin, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
Yeah. All right. Let's get now to that is Circle City. Let's get to this NLCS preview that we got coming up here in a little bit. What are we, probably, 10, 20 minutes away from that one there. You brought it up, man. The Brewers 6-0 against the Dodgers and really just kind of disowned them, like simply owned them. If you were able to, watch some of those games, I ended up thinking I did a pre and post for a couple of those games. And they just flat out dominated. And they did it in a very workman's-like way. At hard hat, there's not a bunch of guys hitting 30, 40 home runs, and they don't have the biggest name players like that, but they just kind of go to work, and that was troubling for the Dodgers, who at times couldn't find ways to score runs. But, and that's a big but, I'm talking Sir Mix-a-Lot, I like big butts big. The Dodgers staff, man, these starters now, man, you tell me, I'm going to ask you a question. Somebody put this out here. And it could be a prisoner of the moment.
Prisoner of the moment. Already know.
Already.
It's the greatest rotation that's ever been put together.
People are saying around this time of year with Yamamoto, Blake Snell, Shohei, and Tyler Glasnow.
No.
No?
I mean, I get
I
it.
yield to you. I know a little bit, but you are the historian.
There were the Baltimore Orioles in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
They had 3 20-game winners on their staff.
That would be great.
Okay? I'd be hard-pressed, right? I think it was Jim Palmer, Mike Cuellar, and who was the other one am I missing?
I'll pull it up for you.
Yeah, but they all won 20 games in the 70s. They were an unbelievable staff. I'll give you another one. It didn't work out for them, but how could you tell me who was the other one?
Who are you thinking?
God.
What?
Just give me the first initial of his first name.
Of who?
The third guy.
Oh, the third guy. Here we go.
Because I had Mike
Jim
Cuellar.
Palmer, yep. You had him. Dave McNally.
Oh, Dave McNally.
Pat Dobson.
Okay.
Mike Cuellar. You can say Mike. Yeah, that's who they had. Picture the other included Mike Flanagan, Scott McGregor, Steve Stone.
Unbelievable.
Some of their great, that era.
Right. But I'll give you one. The Tigers. The Tigers had 3 reigning Cy Young Award winners. Now, they got swept by the Orioles, that rotation. Yeah. Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, and Price.
Price, yep.
They had
David Price, yeah.
They had all 3.
AJ Cole.
They had all 3 reigning. They had won 3 years in a row. So
I'm not mad at that at all. That's incredible.
Those are 2 that I would just right off the top of my head.
So, but then that wouldn't put them at least in the. You can have a conversation about that. That we got those 2, because I get the Tigers were saying. Would the Braves have something to say too? Right, those '90s Braves, early they
got 3 Hall of Fame pitchers on that staff, right?
Maybe they weren't as dominant.
No, but we know that they failed, right? They only won 1 championship. Mm-hmm. But if you're talking about staffs. Right?
Yeah.
How could you not look at that? Those 3 guys.
That's why I brought up the Braves. I'm like, they could be up there. But so that's what folks are saying the Brewers are going to be up against, is that staff that has it together now, that was struggling early throughout the season. A lot of injuries. Guys were out. Glasnow was out. Ohtani wasn't really obviously pitching big innings at that point in time. So we'll have to wait and see that one coming up here in a little bit.
So it was Pat Dobson, I think, was the third one, right?
Yep.
That was unbelievable.
Looking forward to this game. Somebody got fired. Was it justified? We'll tell you.
I have to ask this question because I can't honestly think of another situation that was kind of a bigger. I just call it how it was a bigger flop.
Yeah. Oh, it's a flop.
Like I felt like the hype around Penn State this year was very similar to what Michigan did with their guys to come back and try to take a shot at running a national championship.
And they did it.
What Ohio State did.
And they pulled it off.
And it was like Penn State was in that category. Like, I don't know that people fully understand the investment that they made in every capacity into this team. Like, this is probably one of the bigger, and I know Texas, who got a good win versus Oklahoma this weekend, they haven't been as good as we thought this season. Clemson's in that category too. But for Penn State, I mean, the question was like, if not now, then when? Before the season, because of all the talent they've got, a returning quarterback, one of the best defensive minds they got in the offseason, right? Like they're, again, an offensive coordinator that's viewed very well in the college football community, and Andy Kotelnicki. Pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild when you really think back to how the season started and like where we're at. We're not that deep into the season.
That's the crazy part of it, right? The crazy part of it is that we're not that deep into the season, and yet we know the season is over. The season's over.
I mean, and also the Drew Aller news.
And I mean, like, literally, like, you ended the game with a season-ending injury.
Like, injury to insult.
Then your backup comes in and gets his spirit and his soul
smoked,
knocked the hell out of him to lose the game.
He got smoked.
I mean, this was like supposed to be get Drew Aller out. Get Drew Aller out. All right. That's what you want? That's what that was the big moment? That was the big reveal? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, it was, yes, it is it has to be the biggest flop ever, just because of the way you fell into the UCLA game. I think the UCLA loss made this, put it in the category of biggest flop. I mean, if we're just being honest.
Yeah.
You lose to an unranked team and you're a top 10 team in this day and age with, like you said, with the investment. There's no way around that.
Game one of the National League Championship Series about to start. The Dodgers and pitcher Blake Snell at top-seeded Milwaukee. Right now it's Game 2 of the ALCS. And Seattle's winning at top seed Toronto again. They had taken the opener. They're now up 10-3 tonight against the Blue Jays in the top of the 8th. Julio Rodriguez, 3-run homer in the first. Jorge Polanco, 3-run homer in the 5th. Padres manager Mike Schilt retired, saying the grind of the season took a toll on him. The Tennessee Titans fired head coach Brian Callahan. Tennessee is 1-5 this year and went 3-14 last year. There are 2 Monday night football games. In 15 minutes, Washington in the rain will host the Chicago Bears. Bears kicker Cairo Santos is out with a thigh injury. At Atlanta, end of 1, Falcons ahead of the Buffalo Bills, 14-7. Josh Allen with a touchdown pass, but just 4 first downs for Buffalo. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Number 2 on a Magic City Monday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, here on Fox Sports Radio. Aches and pains can sneak in during the holiday hustle and bustle. That's right. Aleve can help you forget the pain. Make happy memories instead. That's right. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body pain relief so that you can keep moving. Use as directed. Also, with the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us and all of our Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeartRadio app so that it always pops up. Don't forget, coming up in about 28 minutes, TJ Houshmandzadeh, the former Pro Bowl wide receiver and co-host of Up on Game here on Fox Sports Radio, will do that much more.
He was
and before
good, man.
Before we get there, real quick,
Yeah.
I'm going to rag on Doug Gottlieb, and I have to.
right.
What's the name of the segment? Because Doug does it on his show. What does the Fox say? He listens to, like, what we might outtakes, and then he kind of takes us to task on his show, which is fine. I'm good. This is all game. We're on the air. And that has to do with James Franklin. What do you think? Like, he's so bent out of shape that Penn State fired James Franklin. And Doug, I get it. Doug's a coach who hasn't won, so he's making it like he can say whatever.
Soften that landing.
Yeah.
You know,
he can make whatever.
Sometimes it's hard as a coach.
He can make whatever. I get it, but it sounds bad. It just sounds bad because he's like, well, where's the honor in that? And blah blah blah. Dude, and we say it on this show all the time. Sports has a short menu, wins and losses, and when you don't win enough, guess what? You get fired. So I get it. But Doug is trying to like, oh, my God, it's so James Franklin, look at what he's done. And is that honor or whatever? Dude, stop. Okay?
I listen.
I get it.
They might look
Doug,
at you.
you're a coach. I know you have a radio show, but you're a coach. And your team won 2 games last year. So he's trying to like, well, it's not always about winning. It's about no, Doug. I hate to break it to you. It's about winning. And when you win, you can do almost anything, and they will bring you back. They'll bend over backwards, Kelvin. And when you don't win, guess what? They go get somebody else.
You want to break down why he ain't here? So because I didn't hear Doug's full take on it. So
no.
But you, from what you're paraphrasing, listen. There have been every year you and I that's what we do, and anybody who watches sports long enough, you know there's going to be a scenario where there's a coach who's fired who was formerly Coach of the Year or candidate or this, that, and the other gets fired.
I want to bring this up when it comes to us, okay? This is why I'm against your theory of being relevant.
Okay.
Because this is why he was allowed to stay in this job longer than he deserved. And I get the timing. you lose to UCLA, who hadn't led in any game this year. Okay? Forget about it. Yeah. They hadn't led in any game. And you follow that up with a loss to Northwestern? Are you kidding? Do you know the alumni, they probably froze their accounts, the money that they were sending to Penn State? Like, let's not be silly when you ask why. Why do you do this? Why are they because the money will stop. When they feel like they can't go to a game or bring their clients or whatever and it's not enjoyable, they will stop the money train. That's why these things happen when you ask. Why would they eat $49 million? Because they're going to lose more than that on the back end, okay? Keeping James Franklin around. And I looked at it. He couldn't win it. He couldn't beat any good teams. Had a terrible record against top 10 teams, against Ohio State and Michigan. I think he was 4-17 or something. Like
no, that you go ahead.
Am I
got
wrong
the exact
or what?
numbers.
Okay, give me the numbers.
Because
they're awful.
This is why
they're awful, and this is why I'm against you on being relevant because you go, well, what are we going to do? There's nobody else out there, and at least we're in the mix, and they were in the college football playoff last year. But that's why when it came to the big games, he couldn't win them.
So my point has always been I have a shot at winning big games, right? You keep giving us a shot. You can't – this isn't a shot, Rob. A shot is – so there's 25 games to judge from. A shot is 12-13, 11-14. This ain't a shot. Dropping Franklin to 4-21 at Penn State against AP top 10 opponents. This one, not top 5, not top 3.
Top 10.
You're supposed to be in that caliber of top 10
Penn
teams.
Penn State is a storied franchise,
100%.
okay? Like, seriously.
So that's not my point is more of a, we got a chance to get to when we talk about like John Harbaugh, for example. My point is historically John Harbaugh has a chance to get to the AFC Championship, compete, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to get rid of a guy like that. This you are 4-21 versus I can't justify when I got to go to these booster lunches
and ask for millions of
dollars. And they're like, hey, what's my son? He's a little nerd. He was doing some math. I present to you the notes my son sent me. 4-21 against AP top 10 teams. Listen to this, including a 1-18 against top 10 Big Ten teams. That's who you're supposed to be, right? Maybe you can't beat Alabama. Okay, maybe you can't beat Georgia.
You can't beat the Big Ten?
Big Ten is who you're supposed to be beating. And how much longer can I be the bridesmaid if I'm Penn State? Meaning, I got to sit there and watch Michigan get another national championship a couple seasons ago. I got to watch Ohio State get one last season, could potentially get one this year. I got to watch Indiana look really good this year.
Look at where they are. They just had their biggest win in their 100%. Franchise history in that school program.
And you know what? I've seen Wisconsin pull off some things here or there. And I'm like, wait, how Wisconsin do that? Point being, I don't want to keep watching this if I'm Penn State. And to be quite frankly, pun intended, 12 years is a long time.
Thank
in the 2020s.
You.
This ain't the 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even I'll give you early 2000s, where guys sit there and you just get to be a statue and retire and you don't even know what you're doing out there. You're like, coach, here you go. Don't worry about Joe Paterno. We got you. This is what you're going to do. Hey, Bo Schembechler, don't worry about it. Whoever. This ain't that. This is 2020s information, social media pressure, boosters, NIL now. But 12 years is a good run.
And you're asking people for millions of dollars, okay? That's what you're asking these businessmen and boosters and alumni to come up with, seriously. And if you think they're going to pay money to see you lose to Northwestern and UCLA and think that that's okay when they flew out to L.A. for the game and all.
Just fired the coach, right? By the way. Like, UCLA came in.
Right.
By the way, Deshaun Foster looks so bad right now.
Well,
because UCLA looks like a former – look at Rob, G. Your squad, I mean, you have to beat them now. They were laughable.
It's amazing where they are. They're world beaters now all of a sudden. But my point is you're right. This is not – dude, he had 12 years. They didn't hire him last year, 3 years or whatever, and say, okay, that's not good enough. 12 years and the numbers, and this is the point about being relevant. It could be like John Harbaugh won a Super Bowl. It's been years now. Mm-hmm. After a while, Mike McCarthy was in Green Bay. That was nice. You won. Okay, now 10 years have passed.
And that's a fair point.
After a while, the Packers were relevant the whole time, but they kept losing in those moments. The Ravens keep losing in the big moments.
Tomlin.
Right?
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
Mike Tomlin. That's what we talk about all the time. Oh, why does he want a 41-year-old? He needs to win. He knows he needs to win. Mike Tomlin ain't fooling nobody. And he needs to win because the same thing will happen like James Franklin after a while. That can only buy you a certain amount of time. He won a Super Bowl and lost one. So Tomlin's been there. I get it. But that was years ago.
But by the way, they owe that man $49 million. Life will be good. He'll be fine, Doug. He'll be fine.
And he'll get
Go
another
smoke some
job.
cigars.
Somebody will hire him.
He'll get a job. He'll get his money. He'll be fine. But my gosh, when they wanted Jimbo Fisher out at Texas A&M,
What, they pay him $79 million?
$76 million to go home and have a seat is crazy.
Think about that. They were like,
$76 million. You know who else is now nowhere near the money, but I was looking it up. It's crazy. Completely, it's not college, but the Cleveland Browns are paying 5 quarterbacks right now. They got to relax too. Like
it's crazy.
Because if we're going to go into the offseason, you know they're going to draft somebody. Cleveland Browns is playing way too many quarterbacks.
I just don't understand, seriously, and that's why I brought up Doug to start. I get it. He's a coach.
Dude.
And coaches, you know, they feel bad when other coaches get fired and all that.
Dude, 1-18 against top 10.
And I get it.
That's
But
crazy.
come on, Doug, you know sports, okay? And if you win 2 games again this year, whatever it was, dude, they're not going to renew your contract or give you a contract extension. I'm sorry. I don't care.
Rob G, here we go again.
What?
Now I got to be at the Super Bowl. I got to be ready.
That's exactly what I'm thinking right now.
Oh, wow. Speaking of Super Bowl,
I'm out here like, Bijan Robinson.
We chopped it up with Bijan Robinson at the Super Bowl. He just
friend of
scored
the
like
show.
60-something yard run.
I'll throw hands if I have to
Listen
get my
what I'm
point
saying
across.
is if and when we got to fight at the Super Bowl,
yeah,
I'm taking Iowa Sam because I feel like we're good friends. We could talk it out. But the you two got to scrap with whoever else is there.
Right,
Me and Sam will act like we're fighting, but we'll be off to the side just talking about where we get drinks
well,
after.
let me ask you
Or
this.
you and
Rob
Doug
G.
and then Dub
Who
and
I
Jay
gotta win?
Stu.
Jay Stu, that's
Y'all-
my man. It's gonna be
Well,
fun. It's gonna be like, man, hey, how you doing? How the family doing? Everybody good?
Who are you fighting? Who
I
you
get Iowa
He
Sam.
gets Iowa Sam.
Oh, that's easy.
I
No,
got
we're
Jay Stu
friends,
been
so
in the
it's
gym
okay.
too.
Jay Stu goes hiking every weekend.
Yeah, I gotta
He's
dang
all in
it.
shape.
Like him too, man. We had some good runs together, man. Now, how you doing? Everybody good? Yeah, man. This ain't nothing personal. I just, Rob.
Now we gotta rope in Monty to fight Dan Byer, and they do a show together.
That's
like, this
right.
is not good. This is all bad. All because Rob couldn't keep his mouth shut.
I'm sorry. I heard it. It just was like it got me fired up. But that's part of
look,
you wanted a show. But I'm sorry. You cannot.
You're gonna end up a topic on the Doug Gottlieb show
He gonna
tomorrow
run it
morning.
back.
I already know. Right.
I'm with. Listen, I am with you. You've sat up here, Hermes, many times. Oh man, you can't fire him for this, or come on, they give him one more season. This to me, you can't listen. You can't be the first coach to lose 2 games in a row to non-ranked teams that you were favored by more than 20 points.
Like you
That
can't.
That just
it
can't
just
happen.
can't happen.
And last point, real quick for me, I told Rob G this. This ain't your mama's and your daddy's Big Ten. We got USC in there now, right? You got UCLA now, who obviously looks like they've turned the corner all of a sudden. Out who knew that? But you got Oregon, meaning this ain't the 10, 11 teams you used to have to contend with. Now you got some other big dogs coming in, and we can't just be falling down if Penn State, that's how you feel. We can't be getting – we already got to deal with Michigan and Ohio State historically. Now we're getting further and further down the pecking order. And lastly, they're building a brand-new facility that's going to cost, if I have the number right, $700 million renovation.
And people going to stop making donations. This is what I'm telling you. Like you're looking at the $49 million, that's the number to look at.
We got a lot going on. We need to start winning and start justifying why we're doing all this
And
thing.
why people should have to put –
contending, and we're going to get an extra few games, and we're going to be in the college football playoffs and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's why. I mean, listen, it sucks anytime somebody for them, personally – but this is one hard to defend. When I give you 12 years and the guys around you have 2 of them back-to-back won championships.
And last thing, Doug, this is not okay.
Hold on, let me do some push-ups. Go
no,
ahead.
No, this is it.
Jay Stu been in the gym.
No,
Go ahead.
this is the last thing. It's not like you're a Supreme Court justice or the Pope. Those are the only people who get to keep their jobs forever, right? Regardless. Sorry, Doug, coaches get fired when they don't win. Sports has a short menu. Wins and losses. All right, 877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you. 877-996-6369.
Great food in the bay, but here I am. I got to worry about scrapping.
Don't worry about it. You ain't have to scrap. Did James Franklin deserve to get fired at Penn State? We'll continue that conversation next with you. Are you all right? It is the odd couple.
Hey, what's up, Stu? Oh.
Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on a Magic City Monday, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Unless you got a big mouth and you're going to get beat up by Doug Gottlieb in the U.S. of A.
It's a joke what's happening in college athletics. And it's like they're competitive. Like, oh, you think you can fire? You can get ahead of us? Arkansas fires a guy, and then Oklahoma State fires a guy, and then Penn State. Like, what are we doing? What's the point? It's almost like you have to be an a-hole. Like, we got to be an a-hole because we're losing. Instead of, and then they'll all put out some, like, post on social media like, thank you so much. Like, what? What?
He had you in the playoff winning games last year. That's the thing.
They won two of them.
I know.
They won two of them. And honestly, honest to God, I'm with Dan. I swear to God, you can fire a coach. That's fine. What are we doing? Here's the hypocrisy to it. I never, ever, 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 ever. I don't want to hear Oklahoma State's different. I don't want to hear Penn State's different. Stop it. You're a bunch of freaking liars. Our place is different. We treat people with class, with dignity. It's about the student-athlete experience. Okay, so James Franklin recruited every one of those players. They're going to go through senior night, and he's not going to be there to shake their hand. They'll have some interim coach. Everybody's going to be fired, and it'll be three-quarters full. Why? What? And again, what was gained by firing a coach? Does he have any off-the-field issues? Has he committed any NCAA violations? No. His crime, the only punishable crime they will tell you in college sports is what? Losing. Everything else you can come back from. Okay, so Penn State, a program that was disgraced. Okay, Penn State, just so people are aware, okay, Penn State used to have a big sign in their athletic department, and it said success with honor. Success with honor. And that was all brought down, okay, because of the scandal that led to the ouster of Joe Paterno and then Joe Paterno's death, right? And then Sandusky affair. So they start to rebuild with O'Brien. He leaves. James Franklin comes in, and he takes it from a used-to-be unbelievably program to one that was pretty good, and in this really challenging times, gets it to the first ever college football playoff. And they're picked top 10. They get the quarterback to come back. And so you fire a guy 6 games in the season. Where's the honor in it? Don't tell me, we are Penn State. We're so much better. No, you're not. You're just like the schools in the South that you act like you're morally superior to. You are. Okay? You're a football factory. And it also opens up the door to the real reason you didn't look at the Sandusky thing was because you're winning at the time. And the only thing that matters in State College is the only thing that matters in Stillwater, is the only thing that matters in Norman, is the only thing that matters in any schools, is winning and losing. Again, and it has no honor to it. I don't know James Franklin. He's not a friend of mine. He's not an enemy of mine. I know that you treated him like crap, and more importantly, you treat all those players like crap. And the only thing they did was lose 3 games. That's what they did wrong. Shame on them.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes. I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is.
Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
With Fox Sports Radio, happy Magic City Monday to you. Couple of Monday nights going on. We got some MLB postseason. Well, I mean, that does look like the Seahawks score right now.
Hey, the Bears just got on the board.
Bears on the board. There's a lot going on right now. That's why Steve DeSager is going to get you updated here in a handful of minutes. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. Be sure to check out the YouTube, brand new YouTube channel we got. Shout out to Elijah doing so much great work there.
And the numbers are building. Tell your friends you could watch the show
100%
on YouTube every night. Yes.
Odd Couple FSR. Just search Odd Couple FSR. While you're there, like it, share it, post, comment away, all that good stuff. We love to hear from you. Rate it 5 stars. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. We'll get to some of those comments in a moment. Let's get a call here. Talking about James Franklin. You and I, one of the times we agree, it was just time for him to go.
I'd rather have Ben Franklin as a coach right now. I'm just saying.
I mean, at least he could bring some electricity to the team.
Andre in Massachusetts, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for taking the call. It's a sad turn of events for Penn State, given how they started the season, top 5 with national championship aspirations. But college football right now, particularly in the age of NIL, it's win or go home. And these were 2 unacceptable losses back-to-back. And the fact of the matter is, you mentioned it in terms of Texas. Some of these boosters, based on things that's going on in the economy, specific to Texas, the oil money that they have, they're able to make that buyout and get the heck rid of you. So just because these coaches sign these ironclad deals and they feel that they have this protection, yes, you're going to get all your money, but you're not going to necessarily have that privileged seat. Because with the NIL and the mega boosters that we're seeing, that people are taking interest in these sports and they just have deep pockets, if it gets to the point where it gets to that frenzy point, like it is with Penn State losing on the homecoming game, that was just unacceptable. Then you're gone. Period. End of story.
And you know this. The boosters will cut your money off if it's embarrassing and they can't go to a game or take their friends and clients. You know what I mean?
These were bad. Listen, these were inexcusable losses. To Dre's point, Dre, thank you for the call. Like this again, you didn't lose to Michigan by a field goal at the end or a touchdown, or USC. The offense is going great. You can't lose this bad to these teams. UCLA, who doesn't have it, they look awful out there, and you lose to them. And again, 1-18 versus top 10 Big Ten teams. 1-18, Rob?
Crazy. All right, we're going to take more of your calls, 877-99 on Fox. But first, Rob G has some of the YouTube people. The
Odd Mob.
The Odd Mob is weighing in. And by the way, just to pull the curtain back, screw Elijah for creating the YouTube page and made it so that right after that rant was the Doug Gottlieb rant that came next in the queue.
Let me see
was it really?
Like he did it on purpose, like he's trying to instigate, like he wants to see the fight.
So who Elijah throwing hands with? Would it be Sagar?
Yes, Elijah and Sagar would have to throw hands at the Super Bowl.
Hey, man, I know I'll see you for dinner tonight, but
right, and then we'll all go out to dinner.
This is messed up, man. Yes. But here's some of the comments that came in. Ren K says Doug is mad corny. I don't know what that means.
What do you mean you don't know that?
I mean,
it's pretty straightforward.
Unrelated to what we're talking about.
Right.
Warren Rambo Terry says Gottlieb went on a tangent. Franklin has got to go.
Yes.
And then Scott Lewis, who apparently was still watching the promo in the middle, says, this is the maddest I've seen Doug get in a while. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, like Doug is in this position, you know what I mean? And you got to justify your being.
Listen, they stand up for each other, what you saying?
Yeah. The coaching fraternity is big time. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Don in the UP of Michigan. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Don?
Hey, what's up, my guys? How you doing tonight?
Doing great.
Brother.
How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for taking
I was
the call.
almost up there. I was in Traverse City for a year in college. I was almost up there.
Hey, bro, you got to go 5 hours north still to.
No, I'm just Mackinac Island as far as I go.
Oh, I got you. So listen, everybody knows what Doug's doing here, man. He's trying to save himself. He's trying to make James Franklin's situation not look so bad. Meanwhile, Doug goes and loses to Michigan Tech last year, a freaking Division II school. And Bob Morris, he got smoked by them twice. They're bad, and Doug ain't good on his show even. That dude be yawning all day. On his show, I can't even listen.
Oh, it's settled. We're scrapping.
Wait a minute,
Don.
Hopefully
I got 3 months to get in shape.
He's unemployed by everybody.
It's settled, Rob. It's settled, Rob.
Don, let me ask you this. Seriously.
Yes, sir.
How many games did they win last year? Do you remember?
Stop
you
it. You know what?
Four
You know
games.
how many.
No, I said 2, so I feel I want to get it right.
No. They won 2 games,
them.
and then they were 2-11, and they lost to Michigan Tech. And I remember it specifically because he was talking mad trash. Oh, we got to play this Division II school, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be cold. December 18th. And then they go and freaking lose to him. It's like, Doug, what you doing, bro? You lost to a bunch of white boys in the UP. What is going on?
All right,
it's settled. Jay Stu, I apologize for putting you in this full Nelson that I have to put you in.
Now this is taking on a whole line of its own here.
Yeah.
You brought the
Mob.
UP in it? Yeah,
Not a UP, not a white guys in UP gonna be mad.
The Upers.
All they're gonna hear that and look at the show is gonna see 2 brothers and see what I mean.
Yeah.
We didn't say it.
The YouTubians kind of really want to see this happen because now we got, I don't know if it's 2-2 or ill, whatever it is.
Okay.
Kelvin can't fight anyways. So now look what you guys did.
Look at
listen,
that.
And now look.
I am a domesticated
Now they
washed-up
want to
dad.
see it fight. Now I didn't want to fight before. Now we have to defend Kelvin's honor because
To
now
this
it's
day,
yeah. But also
I
that's
fought
what you
my
wanted to
freshman.
think,
I fought my freshman year in college with my roommate.
For what? Over
Had a
what?
fight. Over
He
cleaning.
said the Odd Couple show sucks. And you were like, put them up.
Over cleaning up, like we were doing, like it was dumb playing like a game, and the broom whisk were in the floor. But I had some studying to do, and I said I'll pick it up. But he wanted me to pick it up like right then. And I'm like, no. As long as I clean it up, I don't have to do it like right now. Let me get my studying in, and then I'll clean up the stuff and whatever.
And y'all got to rumbling?
And we got to rumbling.
You know, if you and Doug fight, it's literally going to be like a Fox Sports version of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, right?
Doug has no shot.
You always say
I'm
you're
from
going to
Jamaica,
show your
Queens.
cheeks.
It's literally going to be that.
I'm from Jamaica, Queens.
The worst part about it is, Rob G, is I'm going to have to be me and Doug because he's going to, you're going to somehow get out of it.
And then
You
you'll
that
find
friend
out-
that, hold me back, hold me. Next thing I know, I got to be in the middle of it.
All right.
Having flashbacks of running around back in the day. All right. So now that we've settled that,
now that we
got to find the undercard.
Well, we gave Doug his show for tomorrow, so tomorrow he can do this instead of yawning on the air. So
maybe, yeah.
I didn't say it. Somebody else said it.
I'm not listening.
All right.
TJ Houshmandzadeh on the other side. Steve DeSeger has breaking news about our undercard for this.
Or not. Seattle Mariners 3 outs away from a 2-0 lead in the ALCS. They're leading at top seed Toronto again, 10-3 in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3-run homer in the top of the first from Julio Rodriguez. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are opening the NLCS at top seed Milwaukee. That game scoreless in the top of the second. A great scoreless inning to start for LA's pitcher tonight, Blake Snell. In fact, he had 6 swings and misses in the first inning. Brewers went with an opener. Aaron Ashby did walk Shohei Ohtani, but got Freddie Freeman eventually on a strikeout to end the frame. Now Quinn Priester is pitching the second. No score in Milwaukee, top of the second. Game 2 Tuesday night in Milwaukee, when it'll be Yoshinobu Yamamoto as the starter for LA tomorrow against Freddie Peralta. Padres manager Mike Shildt retired. Sandy Alomar Jr. passed away at the age of 81. He played 15 years in the majors and was a longtime coach. The Tennessee Titans fired coach Brian Callahan. Tennessee is 1-5 after last season's 3-14 record. Tennessee's only scored 83 points total so far. The Titans interim coach is Mike McCoy, former San Diego Chargers head coach. Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua with a sprained ankle will likely miss time. Lions safety Brian Branch was suspended 1 game for his post-game fight at Kansas City last night. He has appealed. Branch was fined 7 times last season. The 6-game suspension of Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice officially ended. Jacksonville linebacker Devin Lloyd will miss Sunday's London game against the Rams with a calf injury. Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson could miss a couple weeks with a hyperextended knee, reportedly. He will be reevaluated on Wednesday. Eagles pass rusher Zadarius Smith retired. There are 2 Monday Night Football games. At Atlanta, it's already 21-7. Falcons over the Bills at the 2-minute warning late first half. Michael Penix with a touchdown pass. Tyler Algier with an early touchdown run of 21 yards. And Bijan Robinson with an 81-yard touchdown run for Atlanta. On 10 carries, he has 131 yards and the TD. Also going in the rain in D.C., the Bears out to a 3-0 first-quarter lead at Washington. Jake Moody with a 47-yard field goal. The regular kicker for Chicago, Cairo Santos, is out with a thigh injury. And an update, it's a final. Mariners 10, Blue Jays 3. Seattle, which has never won the World Series, leads the ALCS 2-0. Back to you.
This is impressive.
And then a big interception in the red zone. The
Bears.
Commanders just threw an interception to the Bears.
Unbelievable.
A lot going on right now in the sports world. That's why we love this time of year.
Everything's going on. I know.
Week away from the start of the NBA.
And the Dodgers and Brewers are on the underway as well. So we got a
lot. And aches and pains, they can keep you up during the holiday hustle and bustle. Aleve can help you forget the pain and make some happy memories instead. With just 1 pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body pain relief so you can keep it moving. Use as directed. Joined now by our guy. Hey.
Finally, some music for TJ. What we got?
This been
First off, we've always had music.
He's been Jeezying all season.
You need to clean that earwax.
TJ Houshmandzadeh, a.k.a. we need a Q-tip in the studio.
What are you talking about? I got earwax.
Double receiver, co-host of
I think my battery in my hearing aid went out.
Is that what it is?
What up, TJ?
You didn't even hear me. Look, you got worried for a minute.
What? Hey, what's going on, fellas? I'm just y'all eating ribs up in the studio.
I know it sounded like
that was last week. That was last week, TJ. You missed it.
That's right.
Okay.
Hey, TJ. Before we get to the NFL, obviously there's stuff to talk about. James Franklin in Penn State. He couldn't beat any of the good big teams, the good schools. I mean, he was coach for 12 years. Is this like breaking news to you that they lose to 2? Right? I mean, at some point you got to win, don't you?
Rob, I said to LeVar Arrington on our show on Saturday, I said there's no way Penn State is losing to Northwestern. And if they do, they better fire James Franklin immediately. I said that to him on Saturday.
Wow.
And so you don't want to see anybody get fired today. He getting fired with $50 million, so he good.
Right.
But you have all that talent. You have a quarterback that's a potential first-rounder, and you treating him like he's a walk-on. Like, I just never understood the style of play that they played on offense. It was almost as if they were playing not to lose, and you try to keep games close and put all the pressure on your defense, and hopefully you can run the ball, and it came back to bite them. again, he may be a great coach. I just didn't like Penn State's style of offense. It was boring to watch. It wasn't conducive, at least for me. If you're an offensive lineman or a running back, yeah, you can get to the league for Penn State, but you're playing offense and you're a quarterback and you're a receiver, you can't go to Penn State with that offense.
Oh, and my point was too, as Rob mentioned, you can't go 1-10 and 18 against top 10 Big Ten teams. 4-21 against top 10 teams. That's a recipe for disaster.
All right, let's get to the NFL.
To the NFL, I told Rob earlier, TJ, I put the Ravens. Maybe you picked the Ravens. Rob picked the Ravens. People picked this team. The Broncos got a lot of love. So on and so forth. Bills. It's about to be the Chiefs representing the AFC
not buying it.
in the Super Bowl again.
Oh, my God, Kelvin. Come on, bro.
Did
you watch the game last night?
Tell him.
The Lions were playing.
Tell him, please.
Now, wait. Before you tell me about the Chiefs, which you're about to break it down.
Break it
I
down
want you to
for him,
then
TJ.
tell me who out the AFC then.
No, let him break down the Chiefs.
I told you who my pick. I told you who my pick is out the AFC.
Chargers.
You said the Chargers, right?
The Chargers.
Oh, yeah.
I can't go back against that. The Chiefs are playing better football. I'm going to give them that. You give Mahomes the deep threat, and it's shown since it was a awakening in the Super Bowl with Worthy. Now they're starting to utilize them. But let's be honest, bro. They went the whole game without a penalty called.
Thank you.
It's virtually impossible to play a game. I probably saw 2 or 3 holding calls by the O-line that weren't called. Brian Branch was dead wrong, but he did get hit in the back.
He did.
Right in front
But
of
you got to do that in the game, though, TJ, not afterwards,
No,
right?
sir, you can't do it. You can't.
No. Brian Branch was dead wrong.
Okay.
But I'm going to get you back in the game, and then I'm going to just go to your locker. I'm going to your locker room after the game. That's what I'm doing.
No,
and so the Chiefs are a good football team, but for them not to have one penalty call.
But that's what we say.
Cool.
That means that's in favor of them, TJ, because we say this every year. They get all the calls or they
Not
get calls
like that.
picked up. We say this every year. So doesn't that favor them? That they always get these or don't get they always benefit from the refs.
Hey.
It's just disheartening when you're an opposing team playing the Chiefs and you know going into the game like Mahomes is going to get every roughing the passer call, but you hit my quarterback in his helmet, it ain't a roughing the passer call, but you touch Mahomes, it's a roughing the passer call. Like, it just, at some point, just make it fair.
Okay,
they have good enough players. They don't need any help. They good up as it is.
We got to go here with the Jets, 0-6, just an awful performance. Negative 10 yards on offense, 45 yards by Justin Fields. I mean, TJ, I don't know where you stand with Justin Fields. I've been trying to figure it out. I know a lot of people like him and whatnot. I think you do too. But my goodness gracious, what is going on with the Jets, and do they have to make a change? I mean, to save the locker room, 0-6, to make the other players feel like something's happening here. What do you do?
With Aaron Glenn being a first-year head coach, you're really going to have to find the vibe of that locker room, because if the best players on that team want to see Tyrod Taylor play and you don't play him, you risk losing the locker room. And I don't think enough is talked about. The locker room really runs the team. It's a temperature of the team. And so if they feel like Justin Fields is the reason they're losing,
right,
then it's very rare that it's just one guy. But if they really feel that way, you got to give Tyrod Taylor an opportunity. But for Aaron Glenn, he has to figure out what's going to work, because they're not going to go 0-17, but to be the only winless team in the league when you just before halftime, if you just push it just a little bit, maybe that field goal wins the game.
That would have won the TJ 100%. What are you doing? You gotta push it there. What are you afraid of? You're winless, really.
It's just questionable things, and so he's gonna have to figure that out, because the Jets have good players. You got Garrett Wilson, really good receiver. You got Breece Hall, really good running back. You got a really good offensive line. We know what the defense was last year with Salah. So it's not like you go to the Jets and you don't have good players. There's good players on that team. They got to figure it out.
Hey, TJ,
I thought it was all Aaron Rodgers' fault, but that's another thing we'll get to.
Aaron Rodgers ain't like that either.
Okay.
Former Pro Bowl receiver, co-host of Up On Game on Fox Sports Radio. I want to go to a team and a guy who, listen, they're now 4-2, the Seattle Seahawks. They beat a good Jags team. Sam Darnold, almost 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, is looking good. What do you make of them? Are they real contenders? You got they got a defense as well. They look good. How real are they to you?
Man, the Seahawks are good, man. Mike McDonald, he the real deal as a head coach. He the real deal. And not many people bring his name up. You look at the Ravens defense now that he isn't there. He is the real deal as a coach. Sam Darnold is playing out of his mind. They ship DK off, and it's like, what are they doing? Jackson Smith and Jigba is the reason they shipped DK off, because they knew what he could do. And so they look really good. They are the real deal. They are not frauds. And for me, I just look at Sam Darnold, because we were just talking about the Jets. They were calling him a bust in New York, and he goes to San Francisco, to Minnesota, now Seattle, and he is a bona fide franchise quarterback. Maybe these quarterbacks need time, or do they just need to be in the right situation that's conducive to them to have success?
Yeah, and Rob and I talk about that. Sometimes, man, that's the hard part coming out of college. You don't know where you're going to land, what terrible situation. You could be the 45th quarterback for the Browns trying to figure this thing out. You got one more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just the Sam Darnold, last year, TJ, fair and unfair, those two games at the end of the year, for the division and the playoff game, it turned people off to him. And when the big game counted, you know what I mean, he wasn't there. And I don't know if that's fair or not or whatever. Even with Seattle, they didn't give him some great contract, only like really 1 year is guaranteed. What does he have to do to change people? Because we've seen this last year, right, with Minnesota. It's whether or not he can win a big playoff game.
That was his first opportunity on that stage. That was his first opportunity basically for all the marbles. And he came up short. He didn't play the way he had played during the regular season throughout. And so for him, it's very simple. I got to get to the playoffs.
Yep.
And I can't be the reason we lose. I cannot be the reason. And if he plays well, then there's no more question marks with Sam Darnold.
I agree if he plays well. Yep, if he plays well.
He's going to have to play well. You can't just lead him to the playoffs and then you play like trash when you get there. He's going to have to play well, and I believe he will. I believe he will play well, because that loss is really not a loss. It was a lesson learned.
Yeah, well, me and Rob talked about that. I thought Vikings should have stuck with him, but they're big on J.J. McCarthy. We'll have to wait and see. That's their guy.
I called him Sam McDonald after that playoff
But I told you he was solid. He was good.
TJ, that's all. All right.
TJ, appreciate you, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Man, y'all take care. Hey. Rob is the king of nicknames. I love it.
Hey. All right, TJ. All right, we got to keep you updated on this Monday night. Couple of games going on and these baseball postseason games. We'll do it next. Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
But yeah, Steph was on the Today Show promoting his new book, and they were asking him about the impact he's had on the league since he's come in. And here's what he said about where the league is now and how it compares to years past.
I was always told by a wise man when I was getting into the league, like, you want to leave the league in a better place than when you found it. And I think just the way that you see the skill level right now, the way that the range is kind of taking over, guys shooting threes all over the court, but just from 1 through 5 and all the way down the roster, I think this is the most skilled, era of basketball history. And so whether that was, young kids in the game now seeing, on, my generation, the way that I play and getting inspired by that. Like that, for me, is important and something I don't take for granted.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it in the sense that, yes, maybe if you're talking about 15-man roster, maybe 12 through 15 are more skilled than the 12 through 15 in the 80s and the 90s. I'll give you that. I will give you there's somebody on the bench in street clothes who, if I took that guy and the street clothes guy from 86, he would cook him up. I'll give you that. But where I think people get this whole thing misconstrued is this is the era, and we've talked about this, Rob, this is the personal trainer era. This is the, I don't just go play and try to play ball and hoop. This is, I got to have a personal trainer to work. Ha, step back. Ha, step back. And to me, okay, yeah, you might have a step back better than somebody 8'9". You know what they had better then? They knew how to win. They knew how to make basketball plays. They knew how to play with the team. They knew how to play within a system. And I think that's one of the things I would get misconstrued. I'm not saying all these guys can. Obviously, Steph is one of the greats. And if you look at current guys, LeBron. But I'm looking at, to me, yeah, okay, yes, there's a handle. Yes, there's, an ability to do Euro step or something, as if the Euro step didn't happen back then. I don't buy that it equates to better basketball. That's my biggest thing. I don't watch basketball. Me and you just did our first whole postseason run in the playoffs, and I don't believe I watched better basketball than I did in previous years or eras. I don't buy that at all. I watch guys, and I'm confused sometimes. Did you not see the open man? Did you not see the back cut? Why would you take that shot? And just because I got a 6'10" dude who can shoot threes, who's allowed to shoot more threes, that doesn't mean he's better. I tell you this all the time, Rob. If I told Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Chauncey Billups, Detroit guy, you're allowed to shoot 18 threes tonight and we wouldn't bat an eye, I don't know what those guys would have had. If I told Isaiah Thomas, Mark Price, the other guy, you can shoot 20 threes tonight and we literally wouldn't even think twice. Well, then, yeah, he might look even more skilled. And let me also offer you this. Everybody keeps talking, and I don't believe everybody believes it, but you get the whole plumber joke about back in the day. And I start thinking, I'll say, man, when I look at Magic Johnson highlights, I ain't seen nothing like it since. Name the guy, if I showed you those, who's that skilled to do that. Michael Jordan, we talk about him every daggone day just about. I still haven't seen that. I've seen people try. Never seen that. So the idea that just simply because guys spend more time with personal trainers and they work on this and work on that, are they more skilled? Okay, maybe the last few dudes on the team. But the idea that it's better basketball, it's better aesthetically, it's better from a high-quality standpoint, that part I don't agree. And I don't think when I watch games now, that in most of the games, not all, that it's a better brand of basketball than years previous. I don't agree with that portion of it for me.
I don't agree with it at all. I just think this is typical. That was Steph patting himself on the back, that because of him shooting logo threes, he's made everybody better and everybody wants to be like him, and he's revolutionized basketball. The reason he's had success is because of the rule changes, the spacing that people have, the idea that you can't defend anybody, touch anybody. That makes for an easier game. It just does. You talk about players all the time, and they'll tell you, it's easy to score. All the European players say, dude, are you kidding?
Well, they all come here and be like, wait, this is the NBA physically from a physical standpoint?
Right. There's nothing here. Like, really? I can't even put my hand. I can't even touch you. Sure, the skill's better. I have a free path.
It's the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Mama on a Magic City Monday. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options Like mobile tire installation, they will come to you. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Shout out to TJ Houshmandzadeh, who just joined us. Check it out on the podcast. Rob G working hard on that. Get that up there for you shortly. All right, what you say? Yeah,
I'm gonna say this, and it's way early. The Dodgers and Brewers are just getting started or whatever. And I know teams don't repeat. The Dodgers are trying to get to the World Series and repeat or whatever. I'm starting to loosen up to the idea after seeing what Seattle did on how good it would be for baseball if it's Seattle and Milwaukee. I know Fox don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? Like,
boy, what we talking
Seattle,
about in the NBA Finals?
I know we saw that.
Oklahoma and Indiana.
It was the worst rated, right? I mean, I get it. Seattle and Milwaukee would not be
followed after the Yankees-Dodgers, Rob. That was insane.
Would it be half the ratings? I don't even know. What do you think? Just so it wouldn't be half, but it would probably be.
Well, I mean, maybe because you got a potential MVP candidate. I don't know when it comes out. Meaning, I don't know if he'll be the MVP. You know, like when that'll come out.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know.
So maybe that helps a little bit. But no, that ain't it, bro. We just came off an amazing postseason last year. Then we go into the amazing, specifically the World Series.
Okay, but I'm looking at
and now you want to give me.
I'm looking at Seattle. I like Seattle over Toronto.
Well, I told you that's my pick. Dodgers, Seattle. I'm looking like a genius right now.
So Milwaukee, the story like them trying to finally break through and win. Like Seattle's never won. Milwaukee's won, but it was 1,000,000 years ago. You know what I mean?
Huh. I'm sorry.
Rob G, no interest? Seattle, Milwaukee? We already know Kelvin says no.
I mean,
at the end of the half? Okay, that's insane.
Yeah, I think it's 27. Gonna be
my
28.
gosh.
Rob, your Buffalo Bills suck, buddy.
No, I thought that they'd win this game. It's football. I'm gonna tell you something. That's the other thing. Watch these games and all this stuff, dude. Like games you just expect. Do not assume anything. Like
no touchdown. He was out at the 1 yard line.
So that's it. That's the end of the half, right? There's no.
Well, it depends on where they, because then you'll have to go by when the foot was out, and it might have been 1 second left. They might put the put. Yeah, I think it's going to be out at the 1 second left. That's what I think it's going to be.
Nope.
Well, I think they're going to review it.
Did they?
Yeah, they're in a review right now.
Ruling on the field is touchdown.
Michael Penix Jr. has.
But when they look at it, right?
Do-rag. Like Dipset is back with that do-rag. That pink do-rag is college era right now. Dipset? Sorry. Yeah, they're going to review it. He's going to get a second back. It'll be, to my opinion, it's going to be 1 second left, 1 yard line. They're going to kick a field goal and be up 24-7.
Yeah. I don't know.
By the way, Drake London is going crazy on the Bills right now. My gosh.
Caleb scored?
Did Caleb scored, too.
Caleb
Did he
scored?
step out? Looks like.
No, but he broke
might
the
been
play.
too.
He might have.
It's a lot of sports going on right now. That's all I can tell you. All right, here's the ruling. 1/2 yard line. They put some time on it. Let's see if they put some time on there. I don't know. They didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Halftime? Oh.
I didn't think there was.
21-7.
Yeah, I didn't think there was any time.
I thought it
left.
was 1 second left.
No,
that would have been crazy.
All right, so here's the question then. This is going to maybe not lead sports debate shows tomorrow, but it's going to be a topic. Was Drake London being selfish for going for the end zone knowing they didn't have a lot of time left?
No. He had a chance to.
Yeah. I just like playing that game like, oh, no, let me step out so we can get a field goal. Do you know what I mean, Rob G? I think you just have to run and try to get in the end zone. Yeah. Like you hope you can get there. Not that would have been something.
I would rather him try, and he almost got in there, versus you try to get out of bounds, and for whatever reasons you get out with any time left. Now I'm be mad, because at least you went for the touchdown. I can't be mad at you. You tried, put 6.
No,
on the
I'm
board.
with you. Yeah,
yeah.
In that standpoint,
dude. But the Falcons, and this is what people said about the Falcons. You know, we didn't know what they would be defensively.
I don't believe in the Falcons.
But not that people fully believe, but offensively, people. You know, this is what we've expected for a couple years now. Out 335 yards. In the first half, nah, I'm going in that locker room.
That's the Steelers' entire game right there, Rob.
I'm going in that locker room, and I'm firing everybody.
The only difference is it a win?
I'm James Franklin.
It's all about winning. And look at the Dodgers. They just picked somebody off of them.
They weren't even close.
No. They had
335 yards in the first half? We got another whole half. What are they going to
the Big 12?
Will they win? That's what I want to
Yes.
know.
Yeah, they'll win.
Are the Falcons going to
The
win,
Bills,
though?
I don't think the Bills is as good as everybody.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes. I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is.
Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
2 Monday Night Football games, and halftime in Atlanta sees the Falcons ahead of the Buffalo Bills 21-7. Drake London has been targeted 11 times already, 9 receptions, 147 yards and a score. Bijan Robinson of Atlanta, 12 carries, 138 yards rushing, including a long score. The last time Atlanta had a 100-yard receiver and a 100-yard rusher in the same half was 1998, halftime 21-7 over Buffalo. The other game has the Bears ahead 13-0 at Washington early in the second quarter. A couple of field goals for Jake Moody as Bears kicker Cairo Santos is out with a thigh injury. To baseball, Seattle leads the AL Championship Series 2-0 after winning again at top-seeded Toronto 10-3. The Dodgers are scoreless in the top of the fourth at Milwaukee. Starter Blake Snell looking good so far with 3 scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Number 3 here on the Odd Couple. Fox Sports Radio, YouTube Live as well. Thanks for joining us. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Business fluctuations make running your manufacturing business complex. But staffing your business doesn't have to be. That's right. Let Express Employment Professionals provide the workforce you need. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you. That's expresspros.com. And now it's time for the Express Pro of the Week. The Pro of the Week goes to Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who threw for 235 yards, 2 touchdowns in the win over the Browns to improve Pittsburgh's record to 4-1 on the season. So, again, congratulations to Old Iron Pants, Aaron Rodgers, for being the Express Pros Pro of the Week. Don't forget, coming up, Rich Ohrnberger, the former NFL offensive lineman, Penn State alum, and Fox Sports Radio weekend host. He'll be joining us in about 28 minutes, so it'll be good to talk to Rich, especially about the Penn State stuff and, you know, what's going on there. Also, last call. So a lot to do, and we'll keep you updated. Monday Night Football's going on, and also, you know, the baseball. 21-7 Atlanta at the half, and it looks like the Commanders, did they score? Was he inbounds? It looked like it. Good throw and good catch. It hit him in the face mask, and did he hold on to it? Inbounds.
Shin down, he's good, yeah.
Yeah. Funny, hit him right in the face mask, and he was able to hold on to it. All right, let's do this. Rob G., we just talked about Aaron Rodgers, who threw for 235, 2 touchdowns in the win over the Browns. A really good defensive team. We know about them, Browns and whatnot. And that was the NFC North division game, and you know there's always something when you play in a division. But for a lot of people, the Dodgers up 3-0. Oh my goodness gracious! Did you see that?
Oh wow!
But wait a minute, did that bounce after it came out of his glove?
Yes.
No, it's a triple play or a double play. He caught the ball.
Wait, what are they saying?
No, they think the Dodgers think it bounced. It's a double play. He caught the ball. Watch this.
Wait, what is the rule? It did bounce. It
hit
his hand.
No, he caught it back in his own hand.
Right, I'm saying I thought that's legal. I didn't know. Is that not legal?
No, that's it hit the wall. No, that's a hit. It hit the wall.
It hit his hand. Hit the wall.
That's a hit. Once it hits the wall, it's in play.
Even if he catches it again?
Yeah.
Like meaning you bobbled it, hits the wall, and I catch it?
Oh, are they saying it was a force at the plate? If they're calling it if that was a then he's out. If it's a force at the plate, this is weird.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm more confused.
I don't know about the
hearing
base runners.
These explanations.
Hey, Steve Jasaga, try to decipher that for us when you find out. Because I'm not sure if the bases were loaded and that was a force play at the plate and they got him before he slid home. That's what because obviously the ball hit the wall.
Yeah, he hit his hand. He almost caught it, but it bounces off the wall. Then
so
that's
just live. Now it's live. It's a play. Like the ball is live.
So it's not a catch.
It's not a catch. No, because it hit the wall. It hit his glove, wall, and then he caught it. I thought he caught it clean.
No. I saw that in real time. He hit the wall.
See, I didn't see that.
Yeah. That's why I was like, so once he catches it, that's not an actual catch. So then the run could have. I'm gonna just stop.
Yeah,
Steve.
But look, they're playing it at home like a force play. You see, he's not trying. He's not trying to tag the runner. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Is like he's forced out. He's out. If it's a force play, he's out at the plate. There's no doubt about it in my mind. The catcher never tried to tag him. See where the runners are?
Yeah.
See? Everybody's running back except for the runner. No. Oh, that's a force out. That's an unbelievable play. That's unbelievable. Steve, am I right? Is that what it sounds like to you or looks like? It's a force at the plate because everybody had to hold up.
Right, and because it wasn't a catch, so then you had to get home.
And that's why it's a force play. It's
that's confusing.
No.
So that makes sense then. That makes a lot more sense. And what are the Dodgers screaming about? Because they were screaming as if something was off.
No.
All right, we'll have to see.
They can scream all they want. That's a force play. And then the catcher ran to third base before the runner got there. So it's a double play. Oh my God. Oh, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, how he
nothing
maintained
wrong.
that.
It's nothing wrong with the fielders have to hold up because you think that the ball's caught. It's really hard to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like if he had it right in his glove and it bounced off and hit the wall.
If they make Rob G, are they making a?
They're making a call. Steve's gonna have it for
us.
He look like he doing
It's
a
a
lot
double
explaining.
play. Am I right? Both guys are out.
That was huge. That was huge.
Now my only thing is, he's out. I don't even doubt that, right?
Yeah,
he's out. So then the catcher runs to third base.
Why would he throw it there? Just curious. Because he don't know what happened either?
No, because the other runner's at second base, so he already knows.
Why would he just throw it to him?
Yeah. No, he's forced out. It's a double play. All right,
double play. There you have it.
Here we go.
Great play.
All right, I know we're early in the season. It's only 5 games in or whatever.
Yes.
And a lot of people are talking about Baker Mayfield and what he's doing, and I get it. Baker's having a really great year so far with Tampa Bay. But I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for Aaron Rodgers, a guy who you didn't believe was worth waiting for the Steelers. Would you say that?
Yes, correct, because they need their guy.
Right. You didn't think that, he was he was too old or old Aaron Rodgers, or I just couldn't figure out why the Steelers. This is why they were waiting for him, and I think he has a better narrative. And Rob G, we've seen this before when he won MVP over Tom Brady, who had better stats. You remember that year? And it was Aaron Rodgers had really good stats, and they beat some really good teams. The Steelers have won only 1 home game so far. They got 2 road wins and 1 international win. That's huge to start.
So many international games right now.
No, I know. But you know what I mean. 3 wins away from home. Lost that game to Seattle at home. He has 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions so far. Playing way better than anybody could have imagined right now. Last game, no sacks, which if they can protect him, keep him upright, and him not get hurt, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring, and I say he has a chance. Here's the reason I think he has a chance.
I'm listening.
The division,
which
nobody thought that they could win. Baltimore, the Bengals, right? And then maybe people are looking at the Steelers as the 3rd team. Now they have a legit chance to win the division. And getting off to this good start. Who do they have on Thursday night? They have the Bengals.
Yeah.
So they could be 5-1.
That is very true. They should. I'm sure they'll be favored by probably a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll have a chance to be 5-1. I don't think that people who thought that they might. I think you picked 8 or 9 wins. Is that what you had?
I said 9 and 8. I thought would be like the ceiling.
If they win that game, that would take them to 5 out of 6. they got a good shot to win 12. Would you admit that?
Without
Would you
a
say
doubt.
that?
I mean, listen.
Because then you only need to win 6 of your last 10. That's not like
no, that's not impossible.
6 of your last 12.
And you hate to. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers are doing what they're supposed to do, so I don't want to take that away from them. The benefit that they have, 4 games were supposed to be against Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, which let's say you win 1, but so you're 1-3 against those or whatever. But those are all beatable games, and we just mentioned the Bengals next, so that's a huge. When I was making this prognostication, whatever I'm trying to say, prognostication, I can't even say it right now.
Prediction.
It was that you're going to be playing Lamar Jackson, arguably the best player in the NFL, and then also Joe Burrow, arguably top 3-4 best quarterback. So now it is wide open for them. So to me, you better take advantage of this. Abso-freaking-lutely if you're the Steelers. Now, the reason why I hear you, and my question was never that Aaron Rodgers can't play the position. He had solid numbers last year. My issue was Steelers, when are you going to find your guy? Because you've gone through this. You went from being a team that has very few quarterbacks because you kind of find your guy for a long time, to now you got a guy for a year, maybe 2 max. When are you going to get your guy was my issue. But when you look at why he's not going to be in this MVP candidate conversation, why you don't hear his name, he's 23rd in passing yards right now, Rob. His numbers aren't that great. When you look at some of the guys ahead of him, it's absolutely, guys you would never think. Cam Ward has more passing yards than him.
It's not about yards.
Spencer Rattler has
yards.
more. But
how many touchdowns does Cam Ward have?
Cam Ward does probably 2 or 3, my guess. But I'll look at 3.
But
here's my thing.
It ain't about yards.
No, hold on. I'm just saying yards.
Okay.
But then you have touchdowns. Baker, and you have guys who have bigger stories. Sam Darnold's a big story. The team you balled out for didn't want you, sent you to Seattle, and you're playing incredibly well. To the tune of Sam Darnold, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and you have 1,500 yards. You got Matthew Stafford is having a great season. Dak Prescott's up there. We already know.
You think
Baker,
Stafford's having a great year? I don't think
he's leading the league. Dude, his stats are incredible. He's leading the league in passing yards. He's 12 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. His team is one of the better teams in the NFC. He's looking incredible right now. Sam Darnold, Dak Prescott, Baker Mayfield,
Dak Prescott
Jared
with the
Goff,
losing record, he's not going to win MVP. Well, you
2,
think
3,
he's
4
win
weeks
MVP
from now,
with
we're going to be looking at Patrick Mahomes.
You think he'll
right
win an MVP with a losing record, the Cowboys?
No.
Okay.
But he's going to be the Joe Burrow where we start having these conversations, and he's not going to.
I think
so. He's doing I'm with you. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Hey, I can't help that these quarterbacks are injured. I can't help Cleveland starting the rookie.
And even if they weren't
help,
it doesn't mean that has anything to do with him. You know what I mean? Like, you got to play who's out there.
That's what I'm saying.
And the expectation for the Steelers was tempered. Like a lot of people were in your camp, 9-8. Oh, Aaron, did you see him in New York? Oh, the Jets got rid of him. Nobody wanted him. This, that. There's a narrative there, or a conversation of how old is he? 41 years old.
Yeah.
Who has a team off to a great start. And I'm just saying, if they're able to win the division or win 12 or 13 games, there's a real conversation, and he continues to limit the mistakes and stays upright and doesn't get hurt.
The best thing he's doing is getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Looks like we got a touchdown there for the Bills. Well, that's how they come out. Good way to come out the second half for them, scoring a touchdown here. About a 12, 15-yard pass to Ray Davis, the receiver. Here's a couple other things, though. They beat the Jets, who we just been talking about the Jets. The Browns, the most recent victory.
Remember when they beat the Jets, the defense was god-awful, gave up 250 yards on the ground.
Right.
And he was able to win that game.
I'm not even talking about
I'm just saying.
Him. He's been.
Right.
I'm talking about who they've beaten, though.
Yep.
They beat the Jets. They beat the Patriots when they had 5 turnovers and barely beat them. They beat Carson Wentz, and then they beat the Browns. And I think those things are hindering why he's not in the conversation. People look at them. I think people are going, that's interesting. They're formed, but nobody knows what to make of them yet because we haven't really seen them go up against real teams.
But Baker and the Bucs have been good for a couple years. This is not like the Baker story. To me, isn't new. Like, they've won a couple games at the end.
He's taking it up a notch now.
How many touchdowns does he have now?
He's playing. He just lost his other good receiver last night, who second half was out. And now Mike Evans, we don't know. He's starting to practice a little bit. Baker is going crazy right now, Rob. He has 12 touchdowns, 1 interception, a passer rating of 108.5. I mean, he's going crazy. winning all
But
these
he's not
games.
that far behind is what I'm saying,
Yes, he
stats-wise.
is.
No,
it's the teams that he's beaten. And his stats-wise yards. Dude, he only has 1,000 yards.
He's efficient.
The main guys I'm
He's
naming,
efficient. He doesn't
1,600, almost 1,700 for
No,
Stafford.
but look at the touchdowns. They're almost identical. He
But
has
no,
10,
but
they have
everybody
12,
has-
they have 11.
Look at these dudes have 13
No
for
way
Dak.
you thought that the Steelers would be where they are. I don't
And-
even care
and
who they were
I
playing.
told you,
You
it's
didn't believe
Russell
it.
Wilson. Haven't I not said he's going to win? I told you it's going to be just like Russell. Russell won 6 straight, and he lost 5 straight. The Russell Wilson drop-off is coming, where they're going to end up losing.
No, you're hoping for a drop-off.
Now, again, that was thinking you're going to be playing Joe Burrow twice, thinking you're playing Lamar Jackson twice and things of that nature. So take full advantage of it. I would too. They're beating who they're supposed to, but dang it, that is a very fortunate situation in that division because we thought it was going to be a tough division.
All right, 877-99 on Fox.
He's not going to get a single vote unless they win
877
13 games.
996-6369. I got A-Rod. The front, in the beginning, I got him as the front runner right now for MVP.
The man has 1,000 yards.
Not Baker Mayfield. No way should the Steelers be where
He's
they
like
are.
12th right now.
And he's got
MVP.
10 touchdowns, 3 picks. Did you see those 2 dimes he threw, Rob G?
The man can throw. He's
Rob
arguably
G,
the most
did you
talented.
see those 2 dimes he threw yesterday?
I can't believe. Yo, Robbie
The
Cochran.
only thing that would have been better if it was Aaron Judge throwing those
Unbelievable.
balls.
No, if Aaron Judge was the tight end.
If he was throwing to Aaron
Throwing to
Judge,
Aaron Judge.
I would not be able to control myself. I would be in
Stop
trouble.
it. Baker Mayfield's about to come in here and slap you and Rob G right now. Rob G for thinking his career's over, and you for saying Aaron Rodgers is the MVP over Baker Mayfield. Stop it, Rob.
877-99
Can't
on
believe you
Fox. Who
doing
you
this.
got, Aaron Rodgers or somebody else?
The whole
It is
field.
the Odd Couple. Fox
This is
Sports
ridiculous.
Radio on a Magic City Monday. Is today Monday? Yeah. Rob
Yeah.
Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Unless you want your MVP runner-up to be a 45-year-old.
He's
41.
41.
Who knows how old he is, honestly, in the US of A.
We've been talking about for a handful of weeks now, and Rob, the issues I have are, you know me, identity, and historically, the last couple of years, the nice run they've
Super
been
Bowl
on,
champ is what their identity is.
right? And you're only as Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? Right now, and what
No.
they're doing lately-
Nobody's won the Super Bowl yet, so they're still Super Bowl champ.
No, without a doubt. And what they've done for me lately is not look like Super Bowl champs. And that's what's concerning because one of the things is, you know me, what's your identity? Okay, we're hard-nosed, we play defense. Great. Okay, at least we know if the offense is struggling, you can lean on that. Great example, and I've been telling Rob G this a couple times when you were out, Rob, was that at least the Texans can hang their hat on that. CJ Stroud struggling, but we keep being in games because of our defense,
But
right?
you're not winning. What does that mean? So what?
No,
but
what I'm
they weren't
saying is
winning.
What I'm saying
So
is
that
to sit back
at least
and
we
listen
do. At least we
is
do the
you have
same.
an idea
At least
of-
we do
well,
the same
first
thing
of all-
over and
first
over,
of all-
even if we don't win.
No,
Okay, that's
my
great.
point is you at least can say one of the halves of what you need, the defense and offense, we have locked down. They don't have that right now. So with the Eagles, that's what makes it really interesting, is that if you could say, well, shoot, man, defense is sucking right now, but at least we got Lamar and Derrick Henry. Our offense is great. That's not the case with the Eagles, and that's what makes it
So
really
that's good
strange.
that they lose and give up 40 points every night, but you got
And
Derrick
that's what
Henry
really
in them.
makes this strange. So if you look at the offense right now, total offense is 30th. How do you only get 261 yards in a total game? That's crazy. Passing, 31st. Rushing, at least we can hang our hat on that. No, you can't. 25th. Then you go to the defensive side of the ball. Total defense, 20th. 26 in rush defense. They're not stopping anybody. They're 17th in scoring, so people can score on them. It's just very strange right now for a reigning champ to not have an identifiable trait. That is what makes this really weird. Usually, if you look at the Kansas City Chiefs last year, where I heard you diss on them for an entire year, but yet they won, yet the Eagles you keep defending, but what I'll add to that was at least they could say, we're down receivers, we're down Pacheco, we're down our running backs. The Eagles have their full roster. You have maybe on paper the best two receivers as far as a tandem. Then you have a running back who should be top 1, 2, 3, a good offensive line, a quarterback who's been there for years. So this is what makes it strange, Rob, is that what is going on? And now you have Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown on the bench.
Yeah, but you left out one thing. Do you have a new offensive coordinator who's never called plays?
So then why is the defense bad?
I'm just asking you.
So why
the offensive and defensive line aren't the same as they were last year. It was an all-time. Both of them were great.
And I'm with
my
why
only point
I'm concerned.
is, okay, you're concerned as to what? They're not going to make the playoffs. They have no shot to win the Super Bowl. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. What are you concerned about? What's your concern? What's your concern? What?
If you let me get it out.
Okay, tell me.
That if I'm A.J. Brown, if you see why you're saying what is wrong with our offense, we're going to need to be able to score to win games. And they cannot score the ball.
If they're giving up 34 points to the 1-4 Giants as well, or if they fumble the ball or give the ball up or throw a bad pick, like those are the things that go into the game as well, and you can't act like those things didn't happen. And my only
happen routinely.
Of course they do, and that's my point. That there's certain things. It's just like the Ravens when they gave up those games with big time fumbles in the worst the worst moments or situations. It didn't correct anything, or if it didn't happen, they probably would have won 2 more games. My only point is, what is your concern? Are they not going to make the playoffs?
What do you mean? What is my concern? Their concerns, they look terrible. It's
okay, can they get better? Can they get better, or this is their team? Is what I'm asking you.
I'll answer it very easy. Yes, they can get better. You know why? Because they're 31st and they're 30th. So yes,
so you're
you
telling
can't
me
go
they're
backwards.
not going to make the playoffs? Is that what you're going to tell me? Is that what you're telling me?
You're doing
what are you
the
telling
easy,
me?
they're not going to make the playoffs.
My God.
I'm telling you that they look bad.
They're 4-2. Oh my
I'm
God.
doing what we do.
The Eagles are awful. My God. They can't win a game.
Bad.
Oh yes, they're terrible. But they won't make the playoffs.
We assess what we see.
I'm watching it too.
And they look bad. They simply look bad.
No, you said you have concerns. What are your concerns? Your concerns should be.
Are your ears?
Let me
listening?
What are your concerns? Is that no?
They look horrible.
No,
right
that's
now.
not the concern. That's
answer.
not the concern. The concern is that they can't get better because Jalen Hurts is not good enough, because their offensive line is not good enough. in one of those places.
And guest of the night is Rob Parker.
Bobby P. of the Cincinnati Enquirer or whatever.
There you go. That's more like it when I used to go to the lounges in Cincinnati.
Oh, shoot. I cover Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington.
I used to say, hey, what's the square root of 9? And she would say, 3? I say, not only are you smart, you're beautiful, too.
I ain't mad at that.
That was my line.
Not mad at that.
That was so bad.
What?
No, you know
That
what?
was
Listen,
That's not bad.
that's not the, did it hurt? What? When you fell from heaven? No, that's not a bad one, Rob.
What's the square root of 9? And then they would go, what?
Well, I am smart and pretty. I knew it. My daddy was wrong. Look at that. I like that.
I mean, she's working there paying for college, so I hope she'll be
Yeah,
smart.
maybe back in the 80s. Now it is the thing to do. They jumping out of college. Like, let me
They're
go
jumping
there.
out of high school.
I don't if you do it now, they go to their iPhone and then they'll type,
No, they'll go to
Google it.
AI.
Yeah, right,
They'll
AI.
say, hey, AI.
What's the square root of 9?
Aches and pains can sneak up during the holiday hustle and bustle. Aleve can help you forget the pain. Make some happy memories instead. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body pain relief, so you can keep it moving. Use as directed. Rich Ohrnberger on the way.
And Steve DeSay will get you caught up on that Brewers-Dodgers and another double play, a hard hit ball by Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Double play, so back-to-back innings, they got a double play.
I wonder how many they left on right now.
Wow.
What's the,
Bottom of the
runners in scoring
fifth in
position.
Milwaukee. Man, we got good games.
Good football games going on, too. A lot happening right now. We'll get to all that in just a little bit. Aaron Rodgers is the 5 left on base or 5 left on base for the Dodgers right now. Goodness gracious, you can't win a game like that. All right, Aaron Rodgers is Rob's MVP pick right now. Simple as that. I think he's crazy. There's like 10 quarterbacks ahead of him. Might even be some running backs while I'm at it. 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
Let's go right to the source. Alice in Pittsburgh. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Alice?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey, we're good.
I miss talking to you. I'm back on my regular shift. I was working early shift 9 to 5.
Okay, so you got us now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I heard you talking about the Steelers. I've never heard the Steelers talked about so much as I have like the last 24 hours since they won against the Browns of all teams. Like, that's the Browns. I wouldn't be ready to crown Aaron Rodgers MVP, but he surprised us all. I don't think anybody expected him to be as good as he has been. But then, he and DK Metcalf have had good connections.
Yep.
The O-line has improved. They're keeping him upright. Broderick Jones is
No
actually
sacks
playing.
last Sunday. No sacks. And Alice, your point is exactly my reason. Like you said, the expectations were low. They were
really
low. You didn't want him to come. I remember talking to you.
I know. I didn't want him. I
Alice,
said, we don't
stand
need the
firm,
drama.
Alice.
We don't.
You don't have to change. Stand firm, Alice. Stand on business, Alice. You ain't got to change. It's early. 5 games in.
No, it's going to be 6 coming on Thursday.
Next week for them.
They started 11-0 a few years ago and lost the last 6 games.
Well,
so
they were
I'm not getting my hopes
Yeah,
up
that
yet,
was a bad
okay?
11-0 team. I remember that team. That was bad.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm happy with them the way they are right now. They're doing well. If they don't, I think they may get in the playoffs. They may win the division if this keeps up.
They should at this point. Who
I
are they
think they
competing
should.
against?
No doubt.
Thank
All right,
you.
Alice, thank you. How about Alex in Miami? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Alex?
Oh, my God, a Dolphin fan here. Please put me out of my misery.
Gee, I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Like the Dolphins or being a Jets fan. I'm dead serious. Like, which one is worse?
Well, anyways, MVP, man, Baker Mayfield's playing out of his mind right now. I don't think it's him, and then, everybody else is second. And Pittsburgh is lucky that their division is in shambles with the Ravens and the Bengals out, and then Cleveland is being Cleveland. But I have to say that Buffalo Bills, there is no excuse for them this year not to get to the Super Bowl. Lamar and the Ravens are down. KC is down, even though they may come back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow's out. Who are they going to go through in the playoffs? The Colts, the Jags, and maybe the Steelers?
Chargers.
How about if that? There you go. The regular season, and then Aaron Rodgers beats the Bills.
I don't like the Bills. I'm not as high on the Bills as other people have. Yeah, I'm not.
That would be something.
That wouldn't actually be crazy to me. All right. We got Rich Ohrnberger getting ready to join us in a minute, former offensive lineman.
I'm curious about his take on
and then, of course, Penn
James
State
Franklin.
alum. We'll get that in just a bit. Right now, Steve DeSager going to get us updated. Steve, it's so much
You got a
happening right
doubleheader
now.
a twin killing for us? Because that's all we're seeing.
Yeah, in fact, the Milwaukee Brewers have a Gold Glover at center field tonight and a Gold Glover at second base.
They showed us.
Each turned double plays to end the last 2 innings. Brewers are the top seed, by the way, and as was mentioned earlier, they did go 6-0 against the Dodgers in July. They've earned home field for this best of 7, which opens in Milwaukee tonight with Game 2 Tuesday night in Milwaukee. Dodgers scoreless against the Brewers as they go to the 6th. The craziest play that, across the board, nobody has ever seen before. And it comes in the opener of the National League Championship Series. Dodgers in the top of the 4th had bases loaded, 1 out. Max Muncy hit nearly a grand slam to the center field wall. The center fielder, Sal Frelick, the ball went off his glove, then off the wall. The problem for the Dodgers, the third base runner went back to re-tag third, thinking he was tagging up for a sac fly. He was out at home on the throw-in from the outfield. The runner off second went back to second, thinking the ball was caught in deep center field. And the catcher ran all the way from home to third base to tag third himself for a double play to end that inning. And now Mookie Betts has just grounded into a double play up the middle to end the top of the 5th inning. We're now starting the top of the 6th. Dodgers, Brewers, scoreless. As for the other game, Seattle wins at top, seeded Toronto. Again, they're up 2-0 in the ALCS. 10-3 tonight's final. Toronto had been 10-2 at home over the past month until this series. There are 2 Monday Night Football games. The Atlanta Falcons up 21-14 now against Buffalo late in the third quarter. Josh Allen, 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception. For the Atlanta Falcons, Drake London in the first half had 9 receptions, 147 yards, and a score. Bijan Robinson up to 14 carries, 149 yards on the ground, including an 81-yard TD in Atlanta. 2-minute warning late first half in rainy D.C. Bears ahead of the Commanders 13-7. Caleb Williams with a 1-yard touchdown run. Jake Moody with 2 field goals from 47 and 48 yards out in the first quarter. He is the Bears' kicker tonight because Cairo Santos is out with a thigh injury. Jaden Daniels, 1 touchdown pass, 1 interception for the Commanders. As for the other football news, the Titans fired Coach Brian Callahan. Tennessee is 1-5. Lions safety Brian Branch was suspended 1 game for his post-game fight at Kansas City last night. He has appealed. The 6-game suspension of Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice officially ended. San Diego Padres manager Mike Schilt retired. Back to you.
All right, Steve, thank you so much. Have a great night. It is the odd couple. Aches and pains can sneak in during the holiday hustle and bustle. Aleve can help you forget the pain and make memories instead. With just 1 pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body pain relief so you can keep it moving. Use as directed. Right now, joined by our guy, Rich Ohrnberger, former NFL offensive lineman, Pitt State alum, Fox Sports Radio weekend host, and somebody who can help. I think he'll be on our side. What do you think? I don't know.
Well, he's Penn State guy. I'm sorry, Rich. It's great to have you on, but James Franklin probably should have been fired before this. And the stat, what is it, 1-18
against top 10 Big Ten teams.
I mean, for all the winning that they did, they never won the big games.
I know. And as a proud Penn Stater, this one stings because I know Coach Franklin a little bit on a personal level. He's been good to me and my family. He's a great man. I want to start there. Yep. Penn State hired and fired a great man, and just because he went on a 3-game skid here and it started with the Ducks on that whiteout home game in front of a national audience, it doesn't take away from the character of the man. But I will say this. The reason why he wasn't fired sooner and the reason why he was fired now is for the same reason, recruiting. That's what this game comes down to. Even though he was losing the big games, Rob, he was still able to retain recruits and restock the pond. Penn State never had a problem with decommits from top recruits. All of a sudden, something shifted here. That loss against Dan Lanning at home during the whiteout, with all of the build-up to that game, that started an avalanche, and it wasn't slowed on the road against the Bruins in UCLA, where they were favored by 24.5, and they lost that game. And then, obviously, the unforgivable moment, in terms of the athletic director and the donors who are becoming increasingly important in college football, was the loss to Northwestern. It's just that one word, recruiting. if you lose commitments, people panic. If you lose commitments, all of a sudden your donor class, the people who are footing the bill for all of these highly paid NIL deals, they start to get wary. And their words, their might, their will means a lot more to football programs now than it ever did, because their money directly influences what happens on the field and in the most important aspect of this game, which is recruiting. And that is the reason why James Franklin was fired now instead of earlier.
Rich, let me ask you this, too. I mean, we mentioned, obviously, I brought up earlier, I mean, you got a $700 million renovation going on. It's a lot happening at the school. How much of it was also just sick of being the bridesmaid, right? You just saw Michigan 2 seasons ago win a national championship.
Ohio State won
last
one.
year could win another. How much was it saying, hey, we're sick of being, second, third class in our own conference, not to mention Oregon now there, USC now there. How much did that play a role, too?
Oh, it matters. It matters greatly. I mean, think about Washington was in the Final Four not too many years ago. That's a Big Ten team. Oregon, what they're doing and what they did against Penn State, that factors. The fact that Indiana is now a potential national
Look at that
power.
big
They're
win in their program. Am I right, Rich? That's a huge win for them.
Dude, Kelvin, it is. Everywhere you look around the Big Ten, there's competition now. This isn't just a 3-horse league anymore. Right. You have tons of horses in the race. And so, look, like I said, I think this comes down to recruiting, but also it comes down to another factor, and we all know this, expectations. He took Penn State back in 2014 through some dark days into the light. Billy O'Brien really steadied the ship after Joe Paterno was fired, and the program obviously went through a complete turnover, and the suspensions and the sanctions, and then James Franklin came in and he breathed the life into this program, and he had a good long run, an 11-year run. He was into his 12th season when he got this firing. I mean, he did a lot for the program, but expectations rose. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to bring the team above that bar that he created for himself. And we've seen this many times in all of sports. There are certain managers in baseball, certain coaches in the NFL who can get you to the postseason, but they just can't get you over the top. Think about Marvin Lewis with the Bengals.
Yep.
I mean,
they went. What did they lose? They were 0-7 in the playoffs under Marvin Lewis, but they had really good teams.
Yep.
Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle. Every time he got to the postseason, you're like, man, they look good. They look good. They had those Ray Maluga defenses, and they just couldn't do it.
Well, let's go here in the NFL. I want to switch over to the Jets because they're off to an 0-6 start. I can't because this is the thing, Rich, and I get it. Like for every example, you could give like, Dan Campbell got off to a slow start and they stuck with him. You know what I mean? So sometimes you stick with coaches. We saw Hackett in Denver. It was obvious to me, like 2 or 3 games in, like he wasn't ready to be a head coach, and he only got 1 year or whatever. Aaron Glennon, just what's happened there with the Jets and how bad it's been. Do you have a sense of what's going on here? And does he have a chance of losing the players in the locker room if he doesn't make some changes, maybe at quarterback, do something? Because 0-6 with a winnable game next week, if they don't win that game, I don't know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what will lose the locker room faster than anything is when your head coach has poor situational awareness. And I don't know whose fault it was, but we know where the blame will go for what happened at the end of that first half against Denver. I mean, it doesn't matter if he had an analyst in his ear or another voice in the headset telling him. They squandered an opportunity to at very least put a field goal up on the board.
That might have won this game.
Seriously, that was
huge. May have won the game because it's a game that comes down to 2 points. It's a game that comes down to 2 points. And so you saw Garrett Wilson on the sideline.
Yep.
You know what he was saying. I'm telling you, Rob, Kelvin, that is what will get you fired faster than anything else, is if the players go to, the general manager, or they go to a step above to the owner, and I've seen this before, and they say, this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
And if that happens, and, these players who are getting paid more than the coach, these players who are more influential than the coach in certain locker rooms, if they're getting into management's ear and they're saying, hey, we got to make a move because everybody on the sideline knew what to do, everybody in the stands knew what to do, but for some reason our head coach didn't know what to do, that's a huge problem. That'll get you fired faster than anything else. Now, I don't know if that's what happened, but, I mean, you watched the game. I watched the game. Kelvin, you watched the game. It appears like that's what happened, and that you cannot have happen.
And one last thing on the Jets, just Justin Fields. No, I've seen Justin Fields for you. This is third team, Rich. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, and I'm sure just can he be fixed? Is he serviceable? Do you have to go to Tyrod Taylor before this gets out of hand and people start saying, well, you're cutting people and this guy's not playing. Why is the quarterback still playing? Do you fall into that?
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. There are certain guys who never become good enough decision makers at this level to be trusted to be starting quarterbacks. You know, they reach a ceiling in their potential because they just can't see the field. And the only knock on Justin Fields when he was coming out of Ohio State was, is he going to be able to make decisions at NFL speed? And we have our answer. Now, when he was with the Bears, it appeared like he had more of an ability to improvise and extend plays with his legs. And even that, it feels like defenses have a plan against him. They bracket him in the pocket. They force him to throw. And, I mean, his inability to make quick decisions led to the 45 net passing yardage and the unbelievable amount of sacks that he's taken.
He had 9 in this game.
Yep. No, and that's an elite defense. I think Denver has an elite defense. It's a great squad. But, I mean, you cannot get sacked 9 times. I mean, yeah, blame the offensive line if you want for all of them, but you're not seeing the game if you're going to blame. He's got to know where the pressure is coming from. He has to understand what defenses are doing to him. He has to understand where his hot reads are. He needs to know who the unblocked defenders are. This guy looks confused in the pocket, and that is a really bad sign when you're onto your third team and your 5th year in the league.
And 9 completions and 9 sacks. How about that?
Hey, at least he's consistent.
Rough.
Hey, Rich, appreciate you, man. We got some great Monday Night Football going on right now, so
Appreciate you,
enjoy
Rich.
that.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, love anytime.
No doubt, man. It's great to have Rich on.
It's good to get to Penn State.
Absolutely. Good get, Rob G. Friend of our show, Bijan Robinson, is going crazy right now in the Bills.
He's a friend of ours just because he came on our show one time?
Yeah, we had a good time down at the Super Bowl. Don't do that. We can't have friends.
It's like that one dude you met on the street in New Orleans, and he's a mentee because you met him one time. Yeah.
You know what, Rob G?
Yo, I met the legend. Oh man, thank you, mentee. I appreciate it. You just met him, Rob. I was with you. Yeah, friend of the show, Bijan is
Why
going crazy
y'all be
right
mad
now.
at me because I got mentees? They're just hating on me.
No,
There's one kid he had lunch with at McDonald's one time. Yeah, he's a mentee of mine.
Dude, I'm so tired. I can't even go to the gas station. I'm like, yeah, let me get 40 on pump 5. Hey, man, you on the Odd Couple? Yeah. Man, you with my uncle, man, my mentor, Rob. Man, this is going too far. Can't even go to Chick-fil-A.
Oh, God.
Hey, man, I love the show. Yeah, you with my uncle, man, my mentor. My goodness. Bijan Robinson's going crazy right now. We'll give you an update on what he's doing. We'll give you an update on the Brewers-Dodgers game. It's a whole lot happening right now in Major League and in postseason in general. We'll do it next. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
So if you watch the game, you saw late in the third quarter that Jackson Dart took a shot, and he had to get taken to the Blue Medical Tent to be evaluated for a concussion. What you may or may not have seen during the broadcast, though, was that Brian Daboll, head coach of the Giants, followed Dart into the Blue Tent because he wanted to see what was going on. And he had a big 4th down call coming up, and he wanted to know if he's going to have his quarterback or not. Later, he was seen getting real, we'll say animated, with the team doctor about what's going on with Jackson Dart. Now, ultimately, Dart was cleared to return to play. He ended up missing 2 plays later, what they say was coincidental. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But as a result of the whole ordeal, the NFL and the PA are both investigating the situation to determine whether or not Brian Daboll and the New York Giants violated the concussion protocol. In fact, things got so bad that the Giants owner, John Mara, had to come out and say that he's talked to Coach Daboll and that while he agrees with Daboll that he wasn't trying to influence the doctor to allow him to get Dart to play, him going in the tent, number one, is inappropriate. And number two, it was just a bad look for all parties involved. So.
And I'm with the owner. I'm serious. It was a bad look, and he gave coaches a bad name, and he's the worst kind of coach. Because while their job is to try to win the game, and I get all that in play, the only thing that matters more than winning the game is the health of the players. And this exchange, this angry exchange with the doctor, as if that was going to, coach, what am I thinking? Put the kid back in without me checking him or whatever. Kelvin, that's not what this is about. That's why there's protocol. And that's why I've always had a problem with doctors being team doctors and paid by the team. They should be independent, paid by the National Football League. Do you know what I'm saying? So that they don't have to fear like, the coach is going to, I can't get the players on the field fast enough or whatever, so they're going to, next year they're going to let me go and go get somebody else.
Any given Sunday.
Exactly.
That's how it was in the movie.
No, and I think when you're getting paid by somebody, you feel compelled. And that was grandstanding. Who was that for? That was for the cameras. I want my guy. Hey, Doc. He wasn't doing a Bugs Bunny, what's up, Doc? He was actually like trying to intimidate the doctor. No, I'm going to do the correct protocol. I'm going to see if this kid is okay before we put him back out there. It looked bad. It was not a good look for Brian Daboll. And thank God the Players Association, which I always have issue with, is looking into it, along with the NFL. And if they talk to him and find out, or the doctor says, he was yelling at me, telling me to get him back out there under all circumstances or whatever, he needs to be fined because that's a bad look, and they should send that video to all the coaches with an email. This will not be tolerated.
He got overzealous, Rob, a couple of ways. One, if he just went in the tent and ultimately did realize I shouldn't have, but I was just checking, hey, baby, you all right? You good in there? Okay, baby. All right. Just checking. We could all go, hey, you shouldn't be in there, but we can understand. You can't double up and compound that. We're having a whole mental breakdown on the sideline going off on the doctor. Like, what was that? The doctor's looking like, what did I do wrong? Like, the man's got
I'm doing
hit.
my job.
He's in the tent, and why are you yelling at me? And the funniest part is I laughed because I said, dang, is Russell Wilson this bad that you're going crazy on the dock for a couple plays? You can't do a drive. You can't do one quarter where, hey, hold it down. Let's make sure our guy, Jackson Dart, is okay. And he took it too far. Again, I understand the human nature, the element that makes you want to go check on your guy. While you're not supposed to, I think we can at least understand that. Hey, go check in and tell you all right, you okay, you good? I can understand that. But to have a whole breakdown on the sideline was a bad look for him because it just didn't make sense, especially knowing what the league is trying to at least do when it comes to concussions. And keep in mind, one of the unfortunate faces of this is Tua. And I think there's, we're all more aware of it because we've seen quarterbacks get hit a lot, and specifically Tua over the last 2-3 years. He's kind of become the poster child for this.
And Dart is reckless, running into defenders, like
sticking his head into defenders.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's reckless, and he's not going to have a long career if he keeps doing that.
He's got to go calm that down. He's got to go talk to Jaden Daniels, who's great at sliding. Russell Wilson is great. Actually, he should be asking him, his teammate.
Russell Wilson played baseball. He knows how to slide.
Yeah, Fox Sports Radio. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, and on a Magic City Monday.
Unbelievable.
Be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel, and you can watch us live right now on YouTube. That's right, simulcast YouTube. All you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR, and again, that's Odd Couple FSR. You can like it, you can subscribe, you can make sure that you comment away, share it, all that good stuff. We appreciate it as always. So again, go to Odd Couple FSR and subscribe.
Blake Snell is dealing for the Dodgers.
He
got what is this? 1 out in the 6th, but he's been dealing.
He's been dealing, man.
But it's only 1-0. The Dodgers had a couple guys on. They didn't score. That's the only
got
thing.
That home run. 7 strikeouts, no runs, one hit,
no walks,
yeah,
and just 1 hit.
I mean, that's what they brought him in for. 70 pitches.
And don't bring the bullpen in on the 70 pitches. Don't bring the bullpen in, please.
Once he gets out of this inning, they're going to be like, well, science says it wants to be the
next
third time around.
they'll
And so
start
if you
to
don't
hit
win
him.
3 times, you don't want to do that.
All
right, last call. Last call. Who we got?
We got Orlando in El Paso. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio, and you are the last call.
Hey, guys, thank you for taking the call.
Thank you.
Just kind of chime in about Doug Gottlieb. Man, you know what I'm saying? He called Michigan Tech, nobody you. Then lost to them. That's the kind of motivational technique that says, we're going to shock the world, guys, by losing.
Wait, he for real called him nobody you?
I remember there was some controversy about that, right?
Yeah. He ran his mouth. He came all arrogant and all of that just to be 2 and whatever he is, 20-something.
I think he won 4 games. They corrected
Even
him.
LeBron
tell me you
chimed on
think.
him. But
Man.
the best part was when LeBron chimed on him, and he didn't like that. He goes, "Oh, why does LeBron have to comment on me when he's making all his millions? Like he has to take a time of the day to comment on me." But
Man, what is this, Trash Talking Tuesday?
Yes, this is Trash Talking Tuesday. Doug does it to everybody on the network. Why can't we? Rob G, am I wrong or not?
I'm not involved in this.
See, Rob G don't want to hear it because Doug, you think Doug's going to swing on you when we're at the Super Bowl?
Doug might try to recruit me.
There you go.
Well, yeah, you left us. See, he left us so we had jokes there. We gotta just move on out here in these streets.
And you know what, Rob G?
Like a baddie.
You would probably be able to play on this team. I'm just saying.
Wow.
You're so messy, by the way, Rob. You're the messiest person I know.
Are you telling me if I get back in shape,
you can play too? You
get a really strong knee brace, I got a shot?
You played in the high school national high school state championship in Michigan.
Just shave
what
your
was
beard.
that, Class
Shave
A
my
or B?
beard. No, I don't have to shave my
Take the fade up a little bit higher.
Have you
could be
seen
19
these
again.
kids? Have you seen these kids? Did you watch March Madness? I'm not convinced I didn't go to high school with half the players on something. Cincinnati, some of these teams, I'm looking like, I know I went to high school with him. He went to prom with my sister. It was out of line. These dudes are 28, 29, 35 on teams now.
And
Last chance you.
It is so Blake Snell, it's through 6 innings.
Yeah,
6 innings and 1-0 Dodgers.
This is the advantage the Dodgers have. We talked about it.
What they don't have is the bullpen.
They don't have the bullpen, but they've got the guys right now. You got Yamamoto, who's been great. Blake Snell's been great. Glass now, he can start or come out of the bullpen, as we've seen this postseason. And then not to mention Ohtani. Now, dang it, Ohtani offensively, come on. He has been no Ohtani right now.
I know, it's amazing.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Even last year he got hurt. Remember at some point, during the World Series, but he didn't really hit that well.
He didn't, and he hasn't hit this well this postseason as well. So he's gonna have to figure something out to get them going, because you can't just keep relying. You know this. You can't just keep relying on your starters like Skubal, which, by the way, the Tigers are trying to work out a long-term deal with him.
I don't know. You know who his agent is.
Yeah. Oh, well, good. Yeah. I mean, what you trying to say? He's going to have to be $1 billion?
Why would he sign a deal when he could go on the free market to see what is available? I'm just saying.
That's true. Good point.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.